on my brain, man. What's house life? What's house life? What's house life? Give me a knife. Extended clip with the grip. In my life, what's house life? I lived the bullshit. 33 years of nothing but bullshit and suffering. What's house life? No doubt. Motherfuckers on my dick for the clout. My life is 100 times harder than yours, no doubt. Give me a full clip. I like how we were live for fucking 35 seconds and it says, oh, as soon as I say that, it goes live. My stream's so fucking interactive, dude. It's fucking crazy, man. Like, I control the fucking future, fucking. It's crazy the world fucking revolves around me, like, fucking so much, dude. Where the fuck's that video I was watching? Fucking bullshit.
An officer responds to a high school for
oh, you're enjoying something? Oh, fuck you. You're gonna be punished. Oh, you're having fun? Fuck you. You're not allowed to have fun, you piece of shit. Bro, stop fucking ripping the shit out of my fucking ears, man.
I've been better, but thanks.
Mr. Dave, your company has arrived.
Excellent.
Need a break from the world's hardest fucking life. I can't take this shit much fucking longer, man. It's fucking mentally fucking. What the fuck's going on, right? What the fuck's going on over here? What is that? What the fuck is that? Let me guess, I broke the green screen again. World's hardest life, no doubt. Give me a fucking goddamn fucking break. I'm so sick of this bullshit, man. I need a fucking break, man. Nobody in the fucking world of fucking humans that fucking went through as much bullshit as I fucking went through in this fucking bullshit ass shitty fucking life, man. I'm so sick of this fucking bullshit, man. Most people just fucking hang themselves right fucking away. I can't. My fingers are way too fucking big for these small ass fucking keyboards, man. My fingers are. They need to make some fucking men's keyboard instead of a little girly ass fucking keyboard. Out of bullshit. Up your bitch, ya butts, man. Where's the fuck? Yeah, you guys gotta embrace your fucking easy ass lives, man. Most of you guys just hang yourselves within fucking 10 seconds of my fucking life, man. You guys had to fucking walk the fucking 10 seconds of machines. And I live the woods house life. Yeah, I need a fucking knife and an extended mag and a full clip. Oh, and a fucking grip.
Just a second, I just downloaded.
You mean the head so my
how's your
blood
day
stops
going?
dripping? Dang.
Well, let's see. I'm starting off here.
Shoot me in the head so I ain't got no
He
blood.
didn't even write the statement. He said that was the camera. I'll be honest with you. That's what he said.
No,
What's
you're not
the
hurt?
bomb, nigga?
No injuries?
Yeah, but
Fucking game's a fucking hide and seek, man. Shit, man. This isn't fucking life. It's a punishment. Like, fuck, dude, can I do my sentence in fucking jail instead of doing my fucking sentence outside of fucking jail and being punished by every fucking action I do? This is fucking wayward. This is a fucking, oh my god, dude. This is like an agonizing fucking prison. Where if you fucking sneeze, you get fucking beaten to shit with a fucking stick. If you fucking cough, you get beaten to shit with a fucking steel fucking rod. I don't even still fucking try, man. I think it's because my family. This is I don't want to fucking make my family sad and shit like that, losing somebody. Fucking hate this life, man.
It's bleeding. I just took the tissue out just now.
Okay, let's believe him.
So
Oh
right
well,
here,
I wanted that much longer.
Mark,
I'm definitely not
Yeah.
fucking
he's
enduring
standing
much
right
more of
here.
this
This is
bullshit.
the best
I'll tell you,
angle
by
we
35,
have.
I'm going to fucking hang myself. I'll tell you that. I guarantee that, man. I ain't living to 35, I'll tell you that, man. Fuck that. 2 more years of nothing but bullshit. Fuck that. Straight up, man.
Maya, who ends up punching, that's the top of her head right there
Okay.
in the red. And you're going to see his head move back right there.
Yeah, I saw that.
Okay, now let me show you the other incident that happened with her. This is the same girl.
So what's her malfunction today?
I told 10 kids to head ISS, and this is how she responded to it.
ISS is in-school suspension.
Has she calmed down at all? Or?
What the fuck's an
now,
in-school suspension, dude? What are you suspended from? You're still going to fucking school. Wait, why is there... Hey, there's my other fucking video. Bro, like... It doesn't even make fucking sense. Like... There was no fucking browser open to open up a new browser to start my stream. And to fucking... Whatever, I'm just ignoring this fucking whole bullshit, man. I'm just ignoring this fucking bullshit, man. You can't like consume me, you'll fucking eat you alive,
I
man.
think she's in a
I
car.
gotta try to ignore the bullshit, just try to like make it like pretend like I don't see it, like I just fucking go right over it. I mean, you guys will see it, but it's just so mentally fucking draining, deal with nothing but bullshit for 33 years. Thank God I don't have kids, man. I already deal with enough childish bullshit, man. Fuck, I can't fucking take much more of this fucking bullshit ass life, man.
That's
It's
for your
fucking
mom,
consuming me fucking very fucking much.
100% sure.
She's in a class. She's actually in class.
Yeah,
Well, what do you want to do? Prosecute?
I did. Yeah,
Well, what triggered her to hit you?
man, I wish I could tell you.
No idea.
Because I was putting all these students.
With all
in
those
ISS.
students going into.
No, those students were going back.
Need a
And I was
break,
just standing
man.
out the door,
Fuck.
and I told her, you have
Give me
ISS.
24-hour break,
And she
man.
just, I mean, I didn't see it coming. But literally, you know when somebody's attacking, you don't
Oh,
see it coming.
yeah.
I'm just standing there saying, okay, go through Cal. The guy, Cal, get behind me. She connected with him as well. And she hit me because I guess I just picked my glasses off. I didn't see it coming.
Her parents notified?
I did speak to the mother
What'd she
right
say?
after this took, it's all my fault. I called her daughter this. I called her daughter that.
She said it's your fault?
Yes. Mother said her phone would be on and whatever happens. I said, well, we're going to call on it. That's what she did was, she assaulted staff.
Mm-hmm.
Explained the process to her mother as well, that I didn't give her ISS, but I read the list of the teachers that gave her ISS.
Mm-hmm.
That's part of my responsibility is to, tell students who have ISS and
Sure.
follow up with them in ISS.
Let me get started on some paperwork.
Alrighty, thank you.
Yep, I'll be back in a few minutes.
Thank you.
Yep, thanks, sir.
This is first thing in the morning, man. You guys got better things to deal with.
No
I wanna hang from a chandelier. Fucking do, man. This fucking game, man. Fucking hate today, man. Every fucking action you do, I get fucking punished for, man. I'm fucking sick of this bullshit, man.
worries. No worries, sir. Yep.
After the officer finishes his paperwork, he re-enters the high school,
33
ready to
fucking years and
transport the
nothing but fucking
14-year-old to a
bullshit.
juvenile facility.
Alright. She ready?
I can't take much more of this shit, man. If I disappear, then you guys fucking know why. I can't fucking take this much bullshit much more. This is fucking this is fucking absurd and ridiculous every fucking day, man.
Downloading video. She is down in this classroom. I can take you down there. Is there anything else you need?
Now, if you want to send the video to my email, would it be easy? Would it be easier if I didn't? If she doesn't want to do this in front of students or anything?
Yeah, I can have somebody bring her out to the lobby. How's that?
Yeah.
Okay.
Or if you want to bring her in, you actually talk to her before I come in.
Oh, bitch.
Kind of.
Fuck,
so she's
burn
not
you,
playing
little
with
faggot.
us,
Sure.
If that makes sense.
I'll just go ahead and go over and get her. I'll be right back.
I'll stand out here.
Okay.
The student is now sent out of class down the hallway so the officer can make contact with her.
White ass. I do the same to you, bad boy. Take me back to class, I say, bro. Take me back to class, bro.
So you told her everything?
I told her what the charge would be. Yes.
Hi, Miss. You come with me.
Ooh, brother.
I can start.
What the
Okay. You want to comply?
I'm not scared of tape.
That's fine. Do you want to comply?
Don't touch me,
Go
bro.
to jail and you can come back
Miss
home.
Sydney,
Turn around.
I ain't do shit. I'm not going to jail if I ain't do nothing.
911. Send another unit.
Miss Sydney, call my mama, bro.
912.
Call my mama, bro. I didn't do nothing.
I'm not going to sit here and fight you because I know you're...
Shut the f up talking to me.
Excuse me?
Shut the f up talking to me. Bitch ass boy, get the f off me.
I don't know why I'm fighting for him. Get in the ground. Plain start. Why are you
Shut
acting...
the f up, bro, because I ain't do shit.
Okay, well, that's fine.
Yo, weak ass. Ah, you weak as f.
That's right.
You weak as f. You weak as f. You weak as f. You weak as f. Oh my mom. You weak as f, bro. Miss Sydney, bro. Miss Sydney, bro.
Lack of respect. You would have been done. You would have been by now.
Miss Sydney. I didn't do anything.
Now you're crying? Come on.
Miss Sydney, I didn't even punch him in his face.
You say you're hard as fuck saying nigga all the fucking time a second ago.
You can't let them do it. I didn't do anything, Miss Cindy. I didn't do anything. I didn't even punch him.
Hey, dude, you should have punched the cop, dude.
Glasses off his face. That's not even put my hands on him.
Yeah, it is, dude. Then how the fuck did you knock his glasses off his face? You didn't put your hands on him. Were you a fucking psychic?
Hey, Mr. Miss Sydney. Oh.
Air Forces and dreadlocks. The typical fucking, I didn't do anything, I didn't do anything, I didn't do anything.
I don't know what your attitude problem is. I know you don't. That's why you're in here.
Dreadlocks and 20-year-old fucking outdated
Due to the
shoes.
student being 14 years old, the officer's supervisors are called to the scene to discuss the use of force.
So, start walking and running her mouth, and so I just went straight for my taser and just deployed it. I didn't deploy it, but I mean, I pulled it out. And I turned it on. She's like, I ain't scared of that. I'm like, alright, so I just put it back and just went hands on.
Where's she at?
Right here.
How's she acting right now?
She's not banging her head against the wall or anything, so
That's good. How'd
I
your
can't
camera
believe
break?
she's not right behind
Ripped
you.
off.
It ripped off? You guys land on it?
Yeah, I did.
So it's not working.
It's working. It says ready.
There's yours on right now.
Yes,
I figure if she's
Suffering.
sitting there, you know.
She's not
33
saying she's
years.
hurt or anything.
agony,
I
33
think
years.
we've gotta talk
Let
to
me
her
out
to
this
make sure
shit.
she's not injured or
Yeah,
anything else part of the use of force.
you're good.
At
She didn't do
guys.
anything to me.
Like, also, she didn't swing at you or
No,
nothing?
no.
You okay?
Yeah.
Alright. What about him? For her?
Basically, so I went in and got all the statements I needed for the assault. She was still in the classroom. I came back out, finished my paperwork, and I went back in and said, hey, why don't you go get her and tell her.
The fucking height difference, holy fuck, dude. Yeah, you got a person fucking, you got a different, we can add a cop onto this guy. He's not gonna be taller than this guy. Holy.
Classroom, so she's at least aware of something.
Right.
And he brings her down. She's just pacing the hallway, and from there she, no, I'm going back to the classroom, and I'm not going, and all this fun stuff. And so I waited a few minutes, and then eventually I followed her because she couldn't go anywhere. She just started running her mouth, and I just pulled my taser out, turned it on. She's like, I ain't afraid of that taser. You hit me all you want, I ain't afraid of it. I just put it back and just went hands on. Tried to gain compliance, but she kept pulling, and I had help from Dave. We pinned her against the wall, and I put her to the ground.
What's her name?
Anita or Mr. I just call her Mr.
Miss. That's who she is?
Yep.
All right, I'm going to ask her if she's injured and go from there. She right here?
Yep.
I'm just going to put the window down.
Ohio, Henry
Mr.
King,
I'm Corporal Porzell. Are you hurt in any way, ma'am? I got to just make sure you're not hurt. Are you hurt in any way? Do you need an ambulance for any reason?
What a fucking idiot. Alright, fuck you then.
Ma'am, do you need an ambulance for any reason? Are you hurt? Are you okay? Other than the fact you're in handcuffs? Are you injured?
I'm fucking little kids, man.
Have you ever been such a huge fan of someone that you felt like you knew them? Maybe you watched every interview, every video, listened to every song, but what happens when admiration turns into obsession? Because in this video, we're talking about celebrity stalkers who cross horrific lines. From a man who mailed Bjork a sulfuric acid litter bomb before filming his own to the obsessed fan who waited for Christina Grimmie at a meet and greet only to shoot her the moment she opened her arms for a hug, to the stalker who paid a private investigator just $250 to get actress Rebecca Schaeffer's home address before showing up at her front door and murdering her. These aren't awkward fan encounters or creepy DMs. These are some of the most disturbing cases of celebrity worship spiraling completely out of control. Alex Gray stalking Lily Allen. It's October 2nd, 2015, and Lily Allen is in her London flat with her kids when the bedroom door opens and a fully grown man she's never seen before bursts in, screaming about his father. She had no idea who he was, and the shock of it left her unable to sleep even after police had already come and gone. That man was Alex Gray, and by the time he had walked into her bedroom, he had already been in her life, or at least circling it, for 7 years. It started in 2008. Gray showed up at Allen London's home and handed her a package with a CD with love songs and a letter. He then grabbed some of her posts from the address before running off. Police only gave him a caution that time. Then more letters came in March of 2009, and by May, police had looked into it and decided the matter was closed. Then in 2010, Gray walked into the office of Allen's manager, Todd Interland, demanding payment for music he claimed he had composed, and turned threatening when he didn't get, the claimed payment. Around the same time, he also showed up in disguise at Allen's sister's shop. The belief behind all of it was that Gray had written Allen's hit song, The Fear, and that she owed him millions in royalties. A consultant psychiatrist who examined him described it as a complex set of delusions built entirely around that idea, layered with paranoid schizophrenia and an overlapping delusional disorder. He genuinely believed it, which is part of what made it so difficult to contain. By the time of the break-in, Allen had already had metal shutters installed on her doors. That night, she'd accidentally left one open after burning something in the kitchen, and Gray came in through there. He made his way to her bedroom and was physically removed by another person who happened to be in the flat. Gray had also told police after his arrest that he would cut her with a knife. Allen went public about how police handled the case, saying that on the night of the break-in, an officer suggested Gray was probably just a drunk person who wandered in off of the street. She also said that during the investigation, when Gray told police he wanted to put a knife through her face, the interviewing officer stopped the session and said she didn't believe he posed a threat. Allen believed the Met was trying to quietly shelve the case, partly because they knew about a new relationship she just started that wasn't public knowledge, and figured she wouldn't want the attention. The Met reviewed their handling of the case and found it satisfactory. Gray was convicted of burglary and harassment at Harrow Crown Court in April of 2016 and sentenced in June, detained indefinitely under the Mental Health Act, with a restraining order keeping him from contacting Allen or coming within 100 meters of her home, her concert venues, or any business address. He was also banned from 2 entire London boroughs,
It's not something you want to hear, Lord.
Hammersmith and Fulham. Allen
Detained
described the whole experience
indefinitely?
as life-stealing, and
That means you don't get out until the fucking
door and ended with
mental hospital doctors fucking say you can get out.
That's probably the most accurate way to put it. Ricardo Lopez stalking Bjork. On September 16th of 1996, the building manager of an apartment complex in Hollywood, Florida, noticed blood seeping through the walls from one of the units. When police got inside, they found a badly decomposed body with red and green paint all over the face, a camera pointed directly at it, and "The best of me" written on the wall. The body belonged to Ricardo Lopez, a 21-year-old Uruguayan American who had been working as a pest exterminator out of his brother's business. By all early accounts, he was bright, came from a decent family, he had moved from Georgia to Florida, and by most external measures looked like someone just quietly getting on with life. What nobody around him fully grasped was that since 1993, his entire inner world had collapsed into a single obsession: Bjork. Lopez had first come across Bjork's music as a teenager, and she became, in his own words, his muse, someone whose existence gave him what he described as a euphoric feeling. Those times he was dealing with gynecomastia, a condition that caused abnormal breast tissue growth, he was overweight, he never had a girlfriend, and he'd abandoned his dream of becoming an artist because he didn't think he was good enough to get into art school. Bjork was an escape from all of that. The problem was the escape became the whole world. His written diary eventually ran to 803 pages with 168 references to his own sense of failure, 34 references to and 408 references to Bjork. The thing that broke him was reading in Entertainment Weekly that Bjork was dating Goldie, a British musician, who also happened to be black. And I say this only because Lopez's reaction was specifically and openly racial.
Those
He was
guys
furious
aren't
that she was
black,
involved
dude.
with a
That guy's not black, dude. That's not black, dude. That's Mexican. That's tanned.
black man, and that fury is what pushed him from
Not a black man.
obsession into planning. On his 21st birthday, January 14th, 1996, he stopped writing the diary and started filming himself instead. And he filmed a lot. 11 tapes, roughly 2 hours each, documenting what he was building towards. His first idea was to mail her a book hollowed out and filled with HIV-contaminated syringes. When he figured that wasn't feasible, he landed on sulfuric acid, packed into a hollowed book that would spray her face the moment she opened it. He spent less than 3 months building the device, wrapped it in cellophane, attached a forged letter made to look like it came from her record label, and mailed it to her London address on September 12th of 1996. After he got back from the post office, he filmed his final entry. He shaved his head and eyebrows, painted his face red and green, played Bjork's cover of I Remember You in the background, and shot himself with a .38 caliber revolver. Nobody found him for 4 days. It was the building manager noticing blood seeping through the walls and a smell coming from apartment A that brought police in. They found the tapes, watched the last one, then contacted Scotland Yard. The package was intercepted at a South London postal sorting office and safely detonated. Bjork was never in much danger as Lopez imagined because her mail was already being filtered through her management's office. And somewhat cruelly, the relationship with Goldie that had driven him to all of this already ended a few days before Lopez pulled the trigger. Daniel Voderwell-Beck stalking Lindsay Lohan. So, Lindsay Lohan has had a genuinely unsettling number of people become obsessed with her over the years, but the case that played out in London around 2014 is probably the strongest of the bunch. Daniel Voderwell-Beck, a 37-year-old German DJ, became fixated on her when she was in London rehearsing a stage production at the Playhouse Theatre, and the way his obsession showed itself was, well, bizarre even by stalker standards. He started leaving gifts outside the theater, gifts like a tampon, loaves of bread, and a woolly jumper, and even produced what he claimed was a marriage certificate proving he and Lohan were actually wed. He also sent her messages swinging between declarations of love and outright threats, one of them reading, "F off and die, bitch. I hate you, evil devil." When Lohan started frequenting the Chiltern Firehouse, a London hotel and restaurant that was basically the celebrity hotspot of the moment, Voderwell-Beck followed that thread too. He began bombarding Lauren Pierce, the venue's booking manager, with emails about his quote wife Lohan, demanding reservations and making threats after staff barred him from the premises. At some point, he kicked down a staff door at the back of the hotel and smashed a cigarette bin outside the Playhouse Theatre. When the case went before the district judge, he reviewed those emails and said it was quite clear they had turned aggressive and threatening, and that Voderwell-Beck had an unhealthy obsession with Lohan. Now, what's genuinely odd about how the court case was resolved is that Lohan made a quote conscious decision not to show up, which meant the 2 stalking charges directly connected to her were dropped on the spot. The prosecutor called it regrettable and said they had been working on the assumption that Lohan was going to grace them with her presence. Voderwell-Beck was still convicted on the charge of harassment and 2 counts of criminal damage, and at that point was already being held at a psychiatric hospital. But the thing is, Voderwell-Beck wasn't even the first person to put Lohan in this position. Back in the US, a man named David Cokerdan had been at it since at least 2009, texting her over 100 times, showing up at her home with chocolates, and faking magazine articles to make it look like the 2 of them were dating. An LAPD detective from the threat management department who looked into him found he had schizophrenia, was off his medicine, and had a documented history of acting on delusional beliefs. At one point, Lohan posted a photo of him standing on the grounds of her home on Twitter, writing that she was actually scared after finding what she described as blood in a book he had left. He was eventually...
A lot of people are reporting averages. Holy, that's a big area. Figures. Affecting 3,655 customers. Cause unknown. What the fuck, you idiots? Alert issued at fucking at 7 p.m. Estimated service restoration tomorrow at fucking 3 a.m.
hit with a 2-year restraining order in 2011. Anyway, the strangest footnote of all of this came in 2014 when James Franco went on Howard Stern's show and said actually that Lohan had stalked him back in 2004 when he was filming Spider-Man 2 in New York and staying at the Chateau Marmont. He said he would show up at the hotel late at night looking for him, and that one morning he woke up at 3 a.m. to find her already inside his room. So the woman at the center of 2 separate stalking cases was apparently doing some of her own little stalking. Robert John Bardo stalking Rebecca Schaefer. People often say that modern times are doomed. You know, internet access and all, but back in 1989, it was all the same but without tech. If, for example, you wanted to find out where a celebrity lived, you didn't Google it. Instead, you had to pay a private investigator $250 and they would pull a home address straight from DMV records. That single loophole is a big part of why 21-year-old actress Rebecca Schaefer was shot dead at her own front door on July 18th of 1989 by a man she had never met. The man was Robert John Bardo, a 19-year-old high school dropout working as a janitor at a fast food restaurant in Tucson, Arizona. He had first seen Schaefer in a TV commercial for her sitcom My Sister Sam back in 1986. From that point, he recorded every episode she appeared in, wrote her fan letters, and called the show's production office so many times that they eventually just redirected him to the studio security department. In the summer of 1987, he showed up at the Warner Brothers lot carrying flowers and a 5-foot teddy bear that made security turn him away. He came back the same day, agitated and angry, and was turned away again.
School A's. What the fuck's a School A? I'm full serious. I like the full series. Don't watch that. Watched it. There you go. They said the full series all evening. Evolution scheme.
Schoolies. 2 weeks of absolute mayhem to celebrate the completion of 13 years of absolute boredom. For those of you who don't know what Schoolies is, it's basically a 2-week holiday at the end of year 12 where you can get away with behaving like an absolute degenerate before real life and responsibilities hit you like a bullet. Now some of you may have noticed that I left Schoolies out of my high school video, and that was completely on purpose, because if you know anything about Schoolies, you'd know that it deserves its own separate video. Now you may have seen things on the news, TikTok, Facebook, or other social media platforms saying that Schoolies just isn't what it used to be. But judging by the annual news and social media frenzy, I find that hard to believe. Now unfortunately, Schoolies is just one of those topics where you can't go into every single detail on YouTube simply because it's too inappropriate. But what I can do is get into some of the people, places, and shenanigans that go on during the Schoolies weeks and give you a pretty good idea of all the f***ed up that goes on. Anyway, that's enough waffle, let's get into it. One of the most important parts of Schoolies has to be the location. You see, there are many different locations where Schoolies takes place, but here are some of the more popular ones. Now if you've got money to spend, you have to go to Bali, and if you've seen my previous video, you'll know just how chaotic that can get. But 2 other expensive but popular locations that are still within the country are usually Byron Bay or the Gold Coast. Now the best way to tell which schoolie's location is the best is simply by seeing which one comes up in the news most often, and that of course is usually Byron Bay. Now this here is a prime example of one of these stupid news stories. According to the Daily Mail, at the top here is a prime example of one of these
card on a school spending spree.
stupid news stories. According to the Daily Mail, at the 2023 schoolies, some kid stole a girl's Amex credit card and bought 14 vodka drinks within 29 minutes. Now, according to the boy, some man gave him this credit card. Whether she dropped it on the floor or this dude pickpocketed it out of her purse, I don't know. But what he did next is possibly the most schoolies thing I've ever heard. Instead of telling the guy, no, I don't want the card, or handing it in to the bar staff, he decided to use this card to shout him and his mates a bunch of free drinks. And when the cops inevitably caught up to him, his excuse was that he spent all of his own money at the pokies. Anyway, let's get back on track. Now, if you don't go to Bali, Byron, or the Gold Coast, there's only really one other option, and that's just to go to either the closest beach town or body of water to where you live. And that brings us onto our next part, accommodation. The best schoolies accommodation is always whatever's the cheapest. And there's a reason that 99% of Airbnbs in these schoolies hotspots specifically say no schoolies in the description. But booking out an Airbnb isn't even the best decision when it comes to schoolies, because what you actually want to do is book a room in one of these multi-story hotels. Now these hotels is where most of the chaos in the schoolies period takes place. Just imagine a 10-story hotel where every room is filled with 5 18-year-olds doing nothing but drinking, smoking, and other things that I can't talk about for 2 weeks straight. You see, one of the best parts of booking out a high-rise hotel room is the balcony, and this of course is a major part of the schoolies experience. The balcony is perfect for photo opportunities, a great place to smoke and
just
not
allowed
stick
over
in
here.
the
They're just
whole
allowed
hotel
people to
room,
accept
but most importantly, it's perfect for
Graduated.
throwing furniture
Oh,
off
the
of.
chair
But
girl.
unfortunately,
That's from Toronto, the chair girl. The fucking news made her famous and she's in a Drake music video. The chair girl.
Hotel room, but most importantly,
Yeah,
it's
forgot
perfect
this did
for
make him look
throwing
like a fucking
furniture
horrible
off of.
person.
But unfortunately, there's always
They
that
made
one
this girl look like a
person
fucking
each year
hero
who
throwing
falls
a
off the
chair off her
balcony as
fucking
well.
balcony.
But while we're on the topic of falling
She's
off
in
the
a
balcony,
fucking
let's
Drake
get into
music
some other
video and
things
shit.
that
She
there are
got so
to do at
famous off of it.
schoolies. Now, of course, you can go to the official
It's 'cause the
schoolies
media
events,
fucking was
but
obsessed
judging by the
with she's
videos
a
that I've
blonde
seen
chick.
in recent years,
So
there's
they
much
made it
better
look like
ways
she
to
was like a
spend your
fucking
time.
hero doing
You
this.
see, schoolies is a 2-week period where you get to try every degenerate behavior before you buy. So with that being said, some of
I
the
need to
great
try that,
things for
man.
you to do
I need
at
to throw a chair
schoolies
off fucking the
include
balcony. Try chair
drinking,
girl strategy.
gambling,
Fucking Randy.
drinking and
Fucking
gambling, littering, hooning, fighting, and of course, getting arrested. Now, obviously, I don't encourage this behavior, but who listens to me anyways? Anyway, let's get into the type of people that you see at schoolies. Now, this first one is not only one of the most important, but possibly the most pathetic, and that is the toolie. Now, a toolie is a person who comes along to schoolies and gets involved in the schoolies events, even though they're like 35. Now, the easiest way to spot a toolie is by looking for jumpers that say things like class of 2014. These people are usually at schoolies because they've got nothing better to do and no other responsibilities like a job. You'll often find these people doing things such as pickpocketing credit cards out of girls' handbags, causing mayhem, starting fights, and getting arrested. But that's enough about toolies, because as the saying goes, no one likes a toolie. The next type of person that you'll see at schoolies is that one kid who, despite having graduated year 12, is still only 17. These kids usually have a fake ID, but when they inevitably get caught out by a bouncer and it gets confiscated, they get the privilege of spending the remainder of their schoolies time either walking the streets aimlessly or living it up in the hotel room. Anyway, the next type of person that you'll see a lot of at schoolies are the red frogs. The red frogs are volunteers who volunteer their time to help keep schoolies safe and running smoothly. And while they do a good job of doing that, almost all schoolies attendees overlook that aspect of their work and simply abuse them for the free breakfasts. You see, all you have to do is get a mate who passed year 8 drama with flying colours to pretend he's not feeling well. Then you call up the Red Frogs hotline and they'll come bursting in with a first aid kit and 4 bottles of shake and bake pancakes. And just like that, you've got enough pancakes to feed a small village in Africa for a week, and enough bandages to turn your next mate who passes out into a mummy. Next up, of
Hey,
course,
good
is
pour
the
pancakes.
angry
That's how you make
local.
them. You
The
pour
angry
them.
local is usually some boomer who, when they're retired, unknowingly bought a house in a schoolies hotspot. You'll often find these people arguing with the schoolies crowd to no avail, or complaining on the local community Facebook page despite the fact that no one gives a But what a lot of these angry locals learn to do
I
is
go
put
party
their
with
house on
kids, they're
Airbnb for
man.
those 2 weeks, then go on holiday and let the money roll
Fucking
in.
bought a
And
house
if
in the
they're
wrong
lucky,
area.
they might even make some
They'll just
profit
fucking
on
try
top
to
of the
embrace
repair
it.
fees.
Fuck,
And of
at least they
course,
got a
the
house,
lucky
man.
last
Fuck.
type of person that you'll see at every school
I think I
is
just
that
tried to
one
embrace
taxi
them.
driver who will happily put 9 people in a 5-seater and only takes cash. These guys are the real heroes of
Only takes
schoolies, and
cash.
somehow they're always available 24/7.
The taxi that only takes cash.
Anyway, by the time your schoolies period is up, you should have learnt a few things about life. Those being that the pokies can and will turn cold hard cash into thin air, gravity always wins, and there are a lot of people out there who are dumber than you. And now that you've got an empty bank account and possible criminal history, it's time for you to
no
head
matter
home
what you guys
and
do,
back
no
to
matter how dumb
reality.
you guys
On
think,
that
remember
note,
there's
it's
millions,
time to
maybe even
win.
fucking
If you
hundreds of
enjoyed
millions
this
of people out
video,
there that are
make sure
dumber
to
than you.
like,
Maybe even billions of
subscribe,
people out there that are dumber
comment,
than you.
and share if you'd like to hear more teachings from the prophet.
No matter what you
of
guys do,
your
even if you walk
hunt.
across the
And
road and
if you-
fucking get hit by a car and you fucking stand up and fucking stand in the exact same fucking spot and wait for another car to hit you. There's still people that are dumber than you in this fucking world. You can get hit by the same car fucking 5 times. And there's still people that are dumber than you in the fucking world. Unfortunately, that's just how the world fucking is, unfortunately, man. And it sucks because you can't work together and fucking make the world fucking grow because fucking you got a team. You're here and you got your teammate and your teammate's like, I like right. Like it's not even like the same fucking brain fucking wave. It's so stupid though. Like you think people around you are like close to the same fucking intelligence or the same competence as you? Not at fucking all, man. Not at fucking all, man. Australia sport. Australia sport, mate. What kind of sports does Australians have? Like
There's just
spider
something
catching and
about
fucking
sweaty
crocodile
men
fighting?
running around playing with balls that
Who can catch the
captivates
biggest
all of
spider and
you.
who can fucking fight the most fucking crocodiles or some bullshit like that? Those are Australian sports. Those have to be.
And of course, in Australia, it's no different. But you see, compared to the rest of the world, Australia does it a little bit differently. And that's due to one factor that we have that the rest of the world doesn't. Australians. Now, there's many different sports that are popular here in Australia, and those include
Australians.
AFL, rugby, basketball, soccer, cricket,
We got a
and
lot of
of
lurkers
course
today.
drinking.
Holy. Let me expose all you lurkers. Holy, look at all the lurkers today. Nice. Hey, guys. Yeah, you guys don't have to type anything in my chat. I can see when you guys joined. Appreciate you guys.
Gambling,
You guys just chill.
burning-
You guys probably just got some other bullshit going on in life. Like, yeah, fuck. I'll watch this idiot because this guy's a fucking idiot. Well, no matter what I'm doing, it's probably better doing what the fuck this idiot's doing. There you go. He's probably doing crafts, fucking arts and crafts, or working, or fucking going for a jog, or fucking, it's his or hers, right? That's like me when I watch streams. If I watch a stream, it's only because like there's no videos, but like I barely fucking type at all. I sit back and fucking just like K-hole myself. Just pretend I'm like tripping out on ketamine, just fucking. Fuck fell.
Down tobacco shops, youth crime, and stealing cars. But in today's video, we'll be focusing on the sports that are played on the field, not the ones that are played in the shopping centre car park. Anyway, with that said, it's time for me to stop the waffle and get into it. And first up, we're going to start off with the players. Now, 90% of the players in any sporting league across Australia are males under the age of 30. And what does a man in his mid-20s that's earning multiple
sense.
hundreds of thousands
And
of
that's
dollars
around
per year spend his money on, you guessed it, partying and drugs. It seems that every year one of these players from any league is getting caught out using drugs. And while getting caught using drugs isn't that big of a deal if you're something like a roof tiler, if you play for something like the AFL or NRL who probably think that cannabis is a performance enhancing drug, you're gonna be in a lot more trouble. But the best thing about these players getting caught using drugs is the media kicking up a stink and them being forced to apologise on TV. It's always funny to watch one of these players say that they're sorry for their actions and that they'll never do it again, knowing full well that they've got another blockbuster planned for this weekend. Anyway, that's enough about the players. Now it's time to get into the crowd. But before we get into that, I have a message. Most of the action at any sporting event takes place on the pitch. You can't look past the action that takes place in the crowd. And sometimes, if you're lucky, some of the action that takes place in the crowd even makes its way onto the pitch. But we'll get into that later. Now, any good crowd at a sporting match will have people drinking, yelling, chanting, doing the Mexican wave, and if you're lucky, even getting arrested. Now, the most infamous example of this will have to be Bay 13 at the MCG during the cricket games. For decades now, Bay 13 has been a mecca, where all of Australia's loosest cricket fans make the pilgrimage and congregate in this one specific seating bay to cause absolute mayhem. Now, some typical Bay 13 behaviour includes chanting,
It's my favorite sport is sumo wrestling. Very respectful sport. Very.
Drinking, the classic Mexican wave, throwing things at players, the classic beach ball, chanting abuse at the players, and of course, mimicking the players' stretches. Bay 13 is so iconic to the MCG and Australia's sporting heritage that it even has its own Wikipedia page. And you know it's going to be a good read when the Wikipedia page has a criticism section. But as you guys know too well, all good things must come to an end. And in 2019, Bay 13 got gentrified and they turned it into a bar with a dress code and you had to pay for tickets. Anyway, you may recall about a minute ago that I mentioned the antics in the crowd sometimes makes its way onto the field, and that happens in the form of streakers. Now, streaking can be done in many different ways. You can be fully clothed, naked, on your own, or with a group, and most importantly, you can either get away with it or get mixed by players and or security. And the best part of
Twitch
course
guys.
is when they get
Thanks for only getting Twitch views today. Twitch guys, we got I was affiliate before, but I removed it because they didn't allow you to multi-stream. So back in the day, when you were affiliate, Twitch owned all your content, and you weren't allowed to like post your VODs or stream anywhere else until 24 hours after. So I can't, because I always multi-streamed right on YouTube and Twitch. So I'm like, fuck that, dude. I probably won't get caught at all, but I'm like, fuck that, I'll cancel it. And then, like a year ago, maybe even a year and a half ago, they allow you to multi-stream and still get affiliate, right? So yeah, I've been trying to get fucking affiliate back, and they like fucking upload fucking a blood sample, a cum sample, your fucking ID, your fucking virginity, like fucking so much bullshit. And I tried like 4 times, it didn't work. But then fucking I log into Twitch's website and it just lets me get it automatically. But I put the lowest amount of ads. I think it's like 3 per hour. A lot of people put 20 per hour, but I put 3 per hour, so yeah.
away and the crowd goes ballistic. Anyway, that's enough about streakers, because now we've got to get into one of the most important sections, and that of course has to be the international shenanigans. And of course, just because it would be rude not to, we're going to start off with the Olympics. Now, if you've ever tried to get a good job in Australia, you'll quickly find out
that's fucking
the Olympics. Now, if you've ever
that's fucking Canada's the city fucking road team. It's one man working and 5 people watching, or 6 people. It's not 10 people, but it's one person working and fucking 6 people watching. Yeah, but you call it 6 supervisors and 1 worker.
Tried to
Jeez, man, this guy must be a shitty worker. He needs 6. That's why every time I see it, we drive past some fucking road work. There's 1 person working, like 6 people walking. Like fuck, that guy must be fucking Really shitty what he does. He needs 6 people to supervise him. Holy shit.
Get a good job in Australia, you'll quickly find out that it's not about what you know, but who you know. And with the Olympics, of course, that's no different. Don't believe me? Well, look no further than Ray Gun. Now, Ray Gun needs no introduction, but
breakdancing.
I'm going to give her one anyway. Rachel Gunn is a 36-year-old university lecturer, and she somehow made her way to the Olympics for breakdancing. Now obviously she got to this level through hard work and talent, and not because her husband, who was also a breakdancer and a qualified judge, pulled some strings to get her there. Now obviously there was zero corruption involved. I mean, just look at this performance. The talent just speaks for itself. Now I'm going to leave this performance running in the background while I waffle for a bit, simply because I had to kids by Kane in Paris. But you see, hindsight is a great thing, and in hindsight we probably should have sent Jonah Takalua to represent Australia in breakdancing instead. Anyway, that's enough about Australians in the Olympics, because by now you'd know that every 4 years it's basically just a free holiday for all of these athletes, and boy do they take advantage of it. Anyway, it looks like we're at the point of the video where I run out of time to talk about, so instead, to finish it off, we'll go through some of the greatest moments in Australian sporting history. Now I could only remember a few off the top of my head, so I decided to put up a poll on my Instagram. Make sure to follow me there because that's where I'm most active, and you guys gave me a lot more than I was expecting. So without further ado, let's get into the greatest moments in Australian sporting history. First off, we're going to start with the classic, and that of course is John Howard bowling. Now politicians are many things, and a lot of them I can't say on YouTube, but one thing that most politicians aren't is good at sport. Don't believe me? Just watch this. Alright, I know that was hard to watch, so let's move on to another politician, and that of course is Scott Morrison bowling over that one child while playing soccer. Now I know you've probably all seen this video a million times, but from what I can recall, this is the first time on TV a child has been mixed by the Australian Prime Minister. Now obviously Britain's been there and done that, but Australia's first time has to of course go down in history. Then of course we've got Josh Addo-Carr getting fired from the NRL and then going to work as a labourer, and me being a Collingwood supporter, this one hurts to say, but Collingwood losing 8 grand finals in a row, and even though this happened roughly 50 years ago, unfortunately it's something we've gotten quite used to. But before I get flamed in the comments, we'll move on to the next one, and for your information, yes, I still do have all my teeth. Next up we have the infamous Trevor Chappell underarm bowling incident. It was the last ball in the Australia vs New Zealand match, and they needed 6 runs to draw the game, when instead of bowling it, Trevor Chappell decided to do a light underarm toss, and while technically not breaking any rules, Australia won the match, and Trevor Chappell was lucky that the batsman didn't try and hit one more 6 with his head. Then of course we've got the Essendon drug scandal, Bob Hawke sculling the beer, which I've already covered in another video, and of course NRL player Nate Miles doing a poo in the hotel corridor. Anyway, to round this video off, I'm going to do something that I've never done before, and that is finish it off with a top 3. Now in third place we have a speech. Now I know this video has been more about ball sports and the Olympics, but there was just no way that I was going to leave out what is quite possibly the greatest speech in all of motorsport history, and that is Jim Richards' speech after he won Bathurst in 1992. You're a pack of assholes. Now after a slightly controversial win in the Nissan Skyline R32, Jim Richards went up onto the podium to claim his trophy, and he was not met with a good reception. Now after being booed and having beer cans tossed at his head, it was time to make this iconic speech.
I thought Australian race fans had a lot more to go than this. This is bloody disgraceful. Racing, but I tell you what,
is it bloody disgraceful?
Remain with me for a long time. You're a pack of assholes.
In second place, we've got to give it to the one time that the Australian cricket team got caught with their hands down their pants playing with their balls, also known as sandpaper gate. You see, what they were trying to do was rough up one side of the ball with sandpaper so that when they bowled it, it would swing left and right and be way less predictable for the batter to hit. Now obviously in cricket, that's a big no-no, and when they got caught red-handed doing it on TV, the captain and vice-captain both got banned for a year. Anyway, before we get into first place, I have one honourable mention, and that has to be Todd Carney turning himself into a water bubbler and drinking his own urine. Anyway, now the time has come, and first place goes to the greatest moment in Australian sporting history, Stephen Bradbury's gold medal in speed skating in the 2002 Winter Olympics. kicks.
Man.
As you can see here, Steven starts off strong, straight to the back, and for the whole 8 laps he's stuck at the back behind everyone else. But then, on the final lap, the stars align, and the 2 leaders crash into each other. Now you've all seen those crashes in the Tour de France, when all the bikes stack into each other and cause a massive pile-up. You see, this
One
is pretty
person
much
hits
exactly
another
what
person,
happened
it's
with
a
the rest of
fucking
these
100 bike
speed
pile-up,
skaters,
yeah.
except of course, Stephen Bradbury.
Oh.
So Stephen, who looks just as shocked as the rest of us, breezed past the pile of bodies on the floor and claimed the gold medal. Now, this is just one of those
Steven.
scenarios that's
What a
one
beast,
in a billion,
man.
and that's what makes it so funny. And this will forever cement itself as one of the greatest moments,
That's
if
being
not the
smart and
greatest
being lucky,
moments
that's all
in
that is, man.
Australian
Oh, holy.
sporting history. And on that note, it's time to end.
Holy, man. Australia's best drivers?
Yeah, some days I feel unfazed, like when I'm with my friends with a cup raised. On Monday, I got a gun raised. Suicidal do or die until hump day, then I go right back.
Whoa, big air. You got like 3 feet of air that time. Dude, you got like 3 feet of air that time. You're falling down. I'm like, what kind of bike do you have? And he goes up, then he goes up the fucking jumps. Dude, you got like 3 feet of air that time. That show was fucking hilarious back in the day. What kind of bike do you have? And it fucking cuts to them with the fucking in front of the fucking school and a little fucking plywood and fucking wood, making a little ramp. He goes up the ramp. Dude, you got like 3 feet of air that time, and he only gets like fucking like a quarter of a foot of air. It's just fucking hilarious, dude. We need a new Napoleon Dynamite, man. Fuck, we need to remake that shit, man. Not fucked up. Let's go hard. Go hard. Damn. Oops. Australia's best drivers.
Australia is home to
Greatest.
many famous racing drivers, such as Mark
no clue.
Webber, Daniel Ricciardo, Peter Brock, and myself, just to name a few. But in today's video, we won't be talking about these famous racing drivers, because they've already had their time in the sun. Instead, we'll be focusing on some of Australia's greatest weapons behind the wheel, such as
worst
James
drivers,
from
okay.
Carrum Downs. Anyway, that's enough waffle. Let's get into the greatest drivers in Australian history. In this video, we're going to start off with a bang.
Alright.
Quite literally. Now, I'll be the first to admit, I don't know too much about drug smuggling, but I would assume that the first rule of drug smuggling is to avoid police at all costs. Now, obviously, this van driver right here knew
One of
even
the
less
first
about
rules,
drug
yeah.
smuggling
One of the
than
first
I
rules,
do.
yeah.
You see, when you first see this video of a man crashing a van into a parked police car, you don't really think much of it, because in our major cities, that's pretty much nothing out of the ordinary. Now, obviously, the police weren't too happy when they found out that their Commodore had been mangled, so they decided to hunt down this high ace, and when they eventually found it, they found out that it had over 270 kilos of ice in the back. Now, I don't know how he managed to crash this high ace into the police car, but luckily for you, I've come up with 2 possible reasons. The first one being that he possibly helped himself to some of the product in the back of the van, therefore putting the high in high ace. Or maybe he lost control because when he came around that corner, he was carrying too much speed. Now, I'm not too sure what happened to the driver after the fact, but something tells me he didn't get off on good behaviour. Anyway, that's enough about the story of the Toyota High on Ice. Because what's the opposite of ice? That's right, fire. As on ice.
That's some Canadian
because what's
shit,
the
dude.
opposite of ice? That's right.
Oh, dude. Holy shit, dude.
Toyota high on ice. Because what's the opposite of ice? That's right, fire. As you can see here, this Mitsubishi Magna driver was driving down the freeway with only 3 tyres. Now, while an occasional rim bashing is nothing out of the ordinary for us Australians, Captain Magna took it to a whole nother level while doing it at 110 k's an hour on the freeway. Now, while this baby green Magna with 3 tyres, no number plates and a smashed out rear taillight may be a great sight to see, it's not even the best part of this video. You see, if this took place in the middle of winter, no one would really care that much, but due to the fact that it took place in the middle of bushfire season, it was a bit more urgent to stop this man from lighting spot fires, hence this dramatic arrest. But even after the action-packed citizen's arrest and hectic camera work, the man himself had the perfect answer for every question that the media could throw at him.
What happened to your wheel?
It popped just before, mate.
Why didn't you stop?
So I couldn't pop the boot with a spare.
What if you started fires with the sparks?
I'm a silly bloke. I'm not that silly, alright? If I started a fire, I would have stopped and put it out.
The 27-year-old driver hasn't been charged over the spot fires.
And to round this action-packed news story off, we even got an interview from the legend himself, Dave Pringle. Rumour has it, he's not named after the chips are named after him.
Yeah, we heard
now,
that.
before we get into this next one, I'm going to have to ask you to press that subscribe button. We've rocketed past 69,000 and we're closing in on 100,000. Still haven't pressed it yet? That's alright. I'll wait. Alright, good. Now this next one happened fairly recently. For the sake of this story, we'll call this man Chris, short for crystal meth. Now Chris somehow managed to get his hands on someone else's Mercedes and was driving this stolen foreign around with what I assume was his wife or girlfriend in the passenger seat. The title of this video is Australia's Greatest Drivers, and Chris is no exception, and he knew it. Now after being cornered in a shopping centre car park, Chris had 2 options, either get arrested or make a run for it. So logically,
find a good driver at any other exotic car, but not fucking a BMW or a
over this spike strip and initiated a high-speed chase. Now, Chrissy Boy knew that he was an absolute weapon behind the wheel, and in between dodging pedestrians on the wrong side of the road, he made sure to remind his passenger and the viewers that he didn't know he'd end up having just how good of a driver he was.
Yeah, how's that for driving, Don?
Get me away.
Good driving or not?
Good boy, get me away.
That was mad driving, Don.
Calm down, you're on. Just keep driving.
That was wicked driving, baby. Lucky I got out there like I did. Not one scratch on the car. Nobody thinks in this country.
Now after he makes his way through the traffic and finds an empty road where he can unleash the beast, they have this small conversation, run a red light and instantly smash into a Ford Ranger.
You could have dodged that, dude. Come on.
You can't frighten a Trident, but what you can do is slam a stolen Mercedes into it. Now after somehow surviving, they managed to make the slowest on-foot escape of all time and get instantly arrested. But the most interesting part about this whole story is the fact that the accident involved a Ford Ranger. And in quite possibly the first time in Australian history, it wasn't the Ford Ranger doing 3 times the speed limit and running the red light. Now before we get into this next one, I have a quick math question for you guys. What do you get when you get a Mitsubishi Magna with no tyre on the back left wheel driving down the freeway and times it by 3? That's right, you get 1 B double with the 3 back left wheels all missing tyres, also driving on the freeway. Now back in November of 2022, this video was captured and shared on TikTok. It shows this red B double with what's left of the back 3 wheels parked up at a truck stop. Now from what I've heard, the truck driver was aware that the back 3 wheels had blown out. Instead of pulling over like any other normal person would do, he continued to drive like this for over 10 kilometers. Now obviously this isn't very safe to do at all, and even more unsafe than doing it in a Mitsubishi Magna. So when the man behind the camera decided to confront the truck driver and ask him what he was doing, this is what he had to say. Alright, before we get into our last one, we've got to get through a whole bunch of honourable mentions. These are either people I've done an in-depth analysis on in my previous videos, or certain groups of drivers in our community that it'd be rude not to include. Alright, first up we have the all-time classic Clint Wellington from Just Waiting for a Mate. This all-time classic
Waiting for a
clip,
mate.
brought to you by Wild Turkey, has aged like fine wine and cemented it as one of the all-time classics. Another one in the same boat is Rami passing the breath test on RBT. That one bloke who got his Nissan Patrol to do 480 kilometers an hour on the Mooney Mooney Bridge. Darren from Bogan Hunters, who holds the prestigious title of Tasmania's second worst driver for Ranger drivers. The elderly. This police officer who took a detour through Destination and of course this bloke right here from the Must Be Stuck in Third AU Falcon ad. Alright, now it's time for the one you've all been waiting for, the greatest driver in all of Australia's history. Now what I'm about to say might come as a shock to you. Australia's greatest driver isn't a single person, it's a collection of people. And that collection of people are P-platers. Now if you've been watching my videos for long enough, you'd know that the P in P-plate stands for either performance or professional. And professional is exactly what P-platers think they are. Now P-platers have brought us iconic moments in history such as this, and this, just to name a few. Drifting roundabouts, doing burnouts at traffic lights, jumping speed bumps, and doing reverse entries in a front-wheel drive car are just some of the specialist skills that P-platers are the master of. Now while P-platers are required to display these plates on their car, some of the driving that you see them perform would be more suited to these plates. But unfortunately, this fully six style of driving has its downsides. You see, every time an AU Falcon spins out drifting a roundabout on the way home from passing the P-plate test, that's one less AU Falcon on the road available for you to buy on Facebook Marketplace. And if you've pressed that subscribe button, it's safe to assume that you have a very high IQ, which means you'd be able to understand supply and demand. So basically what that means is that over the last 10 or so years, the amount of AU Falcons that have been crashed by P-platers mastering the art of the roundabout drift has caused the price of the AU Falcon to skyrocket from somewhere around $500 to well over $600. And on that economic bombshell, it's time to end. If you enjoyed this video, make sure to like, subscribe, comment, and share.
That'd be so
if you'd like to hear
good,
more teachings from the prophet of Yorak Hunt. And if you enjoyed this video so much that you watched it all the
Truck driver is the world's most important job. Australia edition.
Yeah, some days I feel unfazed, like when I'm with my friends with a cup raised. On Monday, I got a gun raised, suicidal do a dime till hump day. Then I go right back at it like an more drinks, more songs, more beats to rap. I need a shrink, I'm going, more time keeps passing. No watch, no thoughts at all, just to have new era.
Stop. Besto stuff. The main truck rolls, holy. Is that the border?
As we all know, without trucks, Australia stops. But sometimes it also seems that Australia stops because of trucks. Anyway, truck driving is a very important job, and without truck drivers, we'd be fucked. Basically, every industry relies on truck drivers, whether they're delivering items to a store, picking up ship boxes off the side of the freeway, helping to put out fires, or simply just smuggling people across the border, or transporting drugs. But unfortunately, the drivers of these trucks don't get the same credit that the trucks themselves usually do. So in today's video, we'll be delving into the world. Don't get the people across the credit that the trucks themselves.
Cum truck. Wayne Holland milk.
Usually do. So in today's video, we'll be delving into the world of truck driving, the people who drive them, and of course going through everything that you need to know about the truck driving industry. Anyway, that's enough waffle for now. It's time for me to shut the truck up and get on with it. Now first up, we'll get into my credentials. Believe it or not, I used to work as a traffic controller, and 90% of that job was dealing with trucks and truck drivers, the good, the bad, and the completely stupid. I've seen truck drivers back a semi-trailer off a main road in the CBD into a little alleyway in one swing while navigating around peak hour traffic, and then I've also seen a cement truck back into one of our own company cars. And on top of that, as you can see here, I'm actually quite the truck driver myself.
Bro, you're on the wrong side of the road, you fuckwit.
You hit me. But of course, there's always more research to be done, so I headed off to the closest place that I knew I could find a lot of trucks. A highway overpass. And to be honest, from the overpass I couldn't really find much out. So after I threw a few cinder blocks and various other objects off the overpass, I got into the real reason that I actually went here. The CB radio. For those of you who don't know, the CB or UHF radio is an 80-channel radio system that truck drivers use to communicate to each other.
Could I get a radio check? Can I get a hiya?
To people in and around the job sites, and of course other road users.
That's how they
now,
keep
luckily
saying,
for me,
yeah.
my daily driver, I have a CB radio installed. And I'll tell you now, it doesn't take much to get a truck driver going. Does anybody want to be my friend? Now obviously these harsh words really hurt my feelings, and it would really cheer me up if you guys pressed the subscribe button. Something like a third of you guys who regularly watch my videos aren't subscribed. It's free to do and it really helps the brother out. And if this video gets 5,000 likes by next week's upload, I'll give you guys 10 push-ups. Anyway. Now, I can't really include too much of the stuff that you find on the CB radio, because 99% of it is just racial slurs, people abusing each other, and then other people who sit on their remote and leave the radio playing through the CB radio. Now, anyone who's ever used the UHF will know exactly what I'm talking about, and if you haven't, just search it up and find out for yourself. It is pretty funny. Anyway, next up we're going to get into one of the most important parts about truck driving, and that of course is crashing them into things. Now, I'm not trying to make fun of truck drivers and put them down, but just like any job, there's people that are good at it, and there's people that
if you
aren't
have a
very
good
good
time,
at it.
just buy yourself a CB radio and just sit in your fucking room. Feel a fucking crazy ass fucking time. What's up, George? You poop? George, you poop? If you're ever bored and you have fucking extra money, just fucking buy yourself a CB radio and fucking just start fucking with truck drivers. Because you'll be talking like hundreds of them. Like your radio will pick up fucking so many truck drivers around you.
Unfortunately, with the sheer amount of truck
It's like a
drivers
chat
there are
room
all
for
around
truck
the world,
drivers,
there's bound to be a lot of them
basically.
that aren't good at all. But of course, everyone makes mistakes. But by far, one of the easiest ones to avoid is
This
running into a
rainstorm, dude. You getting hit by the rainstorm over there in fucking B-Town? Yeah, I had a power outage like twice today, dude. My area was having fucking rolling blackouts. We've had 2 power outages for like 10 minutes. The second one was for like 20 minutes. That reminds me, I gotta charge up all my phones just in case that happens again. I gotta charge up my power bank too, just in case that happens again.
Oh.
Alright,
Please like the video, dogs.
Cancel that plan. Cancel that plan. No clue where my backpack is. The charger. Shit. Oh well.
bridge. Now there's low clearance bridges all over the world, and some very famous ones like the Can Opener in North Carolina. But of course my favourite has to be my local one, the Montague Street Bridge, I made a video on a couple years ago. And of course, on the day that I'm doing this voiceover, Monday the 28th of July 2025, the Montague Street Bridge has been hit again. Now any truck driver that manages to hit this bridge is literally dumb as dog shit. Now I've already gone over this in the video on this bridge that I made a couple years ago, so I won't go into it too deeply, but there's these little things that hang down here, and if you hit them, you'll definitely hear it. And then from both directions there's a side street you can quickly duck down and get away from the bridge. Yet, it still sometimes gets hit daily. But another thing that truck drivers often have to look out for is stupid car drivers. Obviously, some people are just idiots. But for those of you who don't know, trucks have massive blind spots, especially here, under the windscreen. So when you're sitting in traffic and you pull in front of one like this, or decide to cut in front of a 40-ton B-double on the freeway, don't be surprised when your car gets turned into a ping pong ball. Now fortunately for us, trucks do a lot of kilometers and see a lot of the world's stupidest driving. And the best part is that more often than not, these trucks have dash cams. So now we'll quickly get into some of the bullshit that truck drivers have to deal with on the open road. And first up, we have caravans. Now it's no secret that people who drive caravans around, 90% of the time they have no idea what they're doing. And of course, caravan drivers have two speeds, 30 kilometers under the speed limit and 30 kilometers over the speed limit. Now due to the fact that most trucks are speed limited to 100 k's an hour by law, unless of course you illegally remove the speed limiter, but even then these big heavy diesel trucks aren't exactly built for speed. So that usually means you're stuck behind these caravans doing 70 in a 110 zone for millions of kilometers, or they're trying to overtake you at 150 k's an hour, crashing in the process, or sometimes they even try and pull out in front of you, forgetting that their new 0 to 60 time is 7 business days. Then of course you got the other people trying to overtake, usually a Ford Ranger driver that didn't even bother to check if there was oncoming traffic before pulling off a risky move like this. And then of course you got some of the biggest geniuses of our generation, the people who brake test a prime mover with the 50-ton trailer in their Honda Accord, which of course always goes as expected. Then of course we've got the turning circle of trucks. See those signs that say don't overtake turning vehicle? There's a reason that they're there. Most trucks have to swing wide then cut back in to get around corners.
To work
So when
tomorrow
people don't
because
listen,
fucking my boss fucking is so stupid, dude. Monday was a fucking holiday, Queen Victoria Day, because in Canada we celebrate the Queen, although we don't have a fucking king or queen in Canada. Makes no fucking sense to me, but oh well, it's another day off, so I don't really give a fuck. And then fucking Tuesday I worked, and then Wednesday and Thursday they called the day off because the fucking work vehicles didn't have air conditioning. I put the fucking windows down, dude. Come on. What do you mean, dude? 2 fucking days, really? And yesterday I worked like fucking like 12 hours, dude. I need to find another job that has way more hours, dude. Fuck, unfortunately, man. But I don't get paid fucking 25 bucks or 30 bucks an hour. Fuck, I think I need to work at like a grocery store and just fucking suffer through minimum wage or some bullshit like that. I don't know, man.
this is usually what happens. But of course, sometimes truck drivers forget simple physics and try and take a corner that you probably couldn't get around in a smart car in a B-double. And the results usually end in a few crushed street signs, or depending on the location, blocking up an entire freeway. Now when it comes to driving trucks, a lot of the time, these drivers are doing long distances, which of course takes a long time. And back in the day, and still somewhat these days, truck drivers have found a solution to keep them awake for long hours and alert at all times. And that of course is called methamphetamine, also known as the glass Harley, the crystal pistol, the see-through didgeridoo, you name it. But unfortunately, in recent years, the police have introduced a new drug testing scheme, making it a lot easier for these truck drivers to get caught red-handed behind the wheel of the glass Harley. And thanks to mandatory logbooks and these cameras you see on highways that track truck movement along the freeways, the days of smoking a bunch of ice and getting behind the wheels of a truck are slowly coming to an end. And the rules for how much you can drive in a day is limited to 12 hours for every 24 hours. So that means if you drive for 12 hours straight, you need to have another 12 hours of rest before you can start driving again. And if you don't adhere to this, there is big fines. So that means that at the end of their 12-hour driving shift, these truck drivers have to pull over and find somewhere to rest. And that's usually a truck stop. Now for those of you who don't know, a truck stop is basically just a big servo with things like a truck wash and big fuel pumps that pump much faster than the normal ones to fill up trucks. And more often than not, these will be filled up with Ford Ranger drivers. And of course, how could I not mention road trains? Road trains are one of the staples of Australian trucking and is basically a human centipede comprised of truck trailers. Road trains are used to transport large amounts of cargo all over the country through the outback, and as far as I'm aware, they're the longest legal truck and trailer combinations in the world, often combined with up to 4 trailers. And in 2006, a world record was set in Queensland, with a Kenworth towing 112 trailers in total. That's almost 1.5 kilometres of road train. But unfortunately, road trains aren't really too common to see. They're usually restricted to the outback and other country roads because they don't really fit in the city at all.
Kenworth can do that.
They're not still pretty cool. Some of the road trains that go to really remote areas have to navigate through some really treacherous roads. Anyway, now we're at the point of the video where we've got to get into some of the greatest truck driving moments in Australian history.
Hundreds of tons of hauling power.
In December 2023, police discovered a 44-year-old B-double driver passed out on the side of the road with an empty bottle of vodka next to him with the truck still running. Now fortunately for us, we have body body cam footage of the whole incident, and the man was breath tested where he returned a breath test result of 0.311, which for those of you who don't know is 6 times the legal limit. Now that is a decent effort in any man's language, but the fact that he didn't kill himself or anyone else on the road is nothing short of a miracle. Now this next one is nothing short of a blessing in disguise.
That's smart,
in October
man.
of 2019, a truck
Could've
carrying
killed a lot
hundreds
of
of
people.
cases of VB lost control and veered off the side of the road into a bank in Taree.
Where the fuck was I, dude? Why wasn't I here, dude? Why couldn't I be in this little bush here coming out? Oh shit, oh, a bunch of free beer. Oh, grab a whole bunch of cases, run back in the bush. Realize nobody's fucking coming to clean it up. Grab more cases, run back in my fucking bush. Look back out the fucking bush. Realize nobody's cleaned up this fucking mess yet. Grab a cup, grab more cases, and I got 6 cases of fucking beer. You set.
Cases of VB lost control and veered off the side of the road into a bank in Taree. Now maybe the driver of this truck had been enjoying his cargo a little bit too much more than he should have been, but as you can see from the footage here, this is basically my dream come true. Now by the looks of it, a lot of the cargo had been damaged, which means unfortunately it wouldn't have been able to be sold on shelves. Of course nobody was injured, but that's not the main point, because if you were driving on that highway
a whole bunch of discounted beer right there,
you would have absolutely hit the jackpot. But this isn't the only case of this happening. In 2002, in the town of Murwillumbah, northern New South Wales, a truck carrying 40,000 beer bottles tipped over and spilt them everywhere. But the best thing about this accident is that it happened right next to the local river, and that meant that all the beer that spilled out of the truck went straight into the river.
Oh no,
so of course
the
the locals did the most logical thing and came down with fishing nets, boats, you name it. And of course they only had one thing on their mind, and that was of course to save the environment.
Yeah,
They even made a short film about it called Murbar Swamp Beer, where they interview people and police officers who were there on the day, and they recount how they couldn't believe how eager everyone was to help out. But unfortunately, not all of these spills are precious cargo.
I can't
like
believe
beer.
how eager
There have been
everyone
a
was
few
to help out.
incidences when a truck carrying human waste or other similar gross things is tipped over, spraying it all over the freeway or other residential places. And on that stinky note, I think it's time to end. If you enjoyed this video, make sure to like, subscribe, comment, and share.
Yeah, I enjoyed it, dude. That was fun, man. I had fun, man. I laughed a couple times, man. I enjoyed it, man. Oh, yeah. Why you recommend it? This is gonna get me fucking demonetized, dude. Come on. Cards of Darkness? What the fuck? They're gonna copyright me. They got lots of views. Extreme short of combined bottle picking with extreme sport racing shark creek down the steep hills of North Vancouver. Vancouver it is.
Escape.
Are you actually going to copyright me?
An avalanche. Adrenaline and living.
My name's Al. I will go down Mountain Highway. Go screaming down. I will do 67 kilometers an hour.
These guys are gonna bomb Mountain Highway. Can't believe they're gonna do it.
I've seen a guy die today.
Stolen shopping cart.
I want to go faster.
My brother's got a car full of empties at a crosswalk and gets smoked. He went 25 meters with a broken skull cap.
Cigarette lit.
That's not bad. I like that one.
That one, well, you only got you to maybe 55.
Let's do another one.
I am the cattleman of North Van. I can't do.
It's a beautiful
Bunch of canners.
With those bottles in it, with that weight, that car will do 70 miles an hour.
Oh my god.
That car will do 70 miles an hour.
Get me the hell out of here.
I don't know what's going on down there.
Oh, fuck. He hit a car.
I don't even want to fucking deal with it.
What the fuck? No, Vancouver's fucked, dude. It's like the trash of Canada. Yeah, Toronto's way
I
better than
used to
Vancouver.
notice broken
but-
down shopping carts, randomly discarded by the side of the road, and always wondered why they were left there.
They don't work
Then
any
I met
fucking
some
more.
binners outside my local supermarket cashing in their empties. They had the same outlaw energy that drew me to snowboarding.
So this is my life. That's where I stay in this tree over here.
Nice.
I've been there for 2 weeks now. It's still summer weather. I kicked
Just
out of my
out.
house. That's how I do things right now. I live in a bush, collect cans. I
Alright.
did my leg in the other day. Shopping carton. Got 17 stitches over there. But, you know, life's life. Everybody in extreme sports gets the bruises.
Nice, dude. At least it's not a fentanyl head. There's a lot of fentanyl heads in fucking. Any empties though.
I actually made more money collecting bottles every day than I do at my job right now. But it makes you look like a bum. Everybody gets to know you as a bum, and no one, if they keep seeing you in North Vancouver, will ever hire you.
You're not seeing every person in Vancouver, dude. Calm down. You're not seeing every hiring manager.
The hell is this? Good God.
I mean, when you do this, dude, you gotta go to fucking like dumpsters of fucking like. You gotta go to restaurant dumpsters, not fucking houses that have fucking 2 or 3 bottles, dude. You gotta go to fucking restaurant dumpsters or bar dumpsters. Yeah, you can't. No wonder they see you as a fucking hobo, dude. You're searching through people's fucking house garbage. You gotta think smarter, bud.
We started up 7, 8 years ago, putting all
You're getting one can per like 5 houses.
Shopping carts down Mountain Highway. All these blue bins were out. Hey, there's a big bag of bottles sitting there. Hey, I'll grab them. Cash them at the very end. I'm making money while I'm doing my sport. Jackpot. Yeah, can't believe they're actually throwing this stuff away.
Can't trade water bottles in.
Most people think you're
Can't trade
some
Coke
homeless guy.
cans
I
in.
mean,
Come on,
hey, I
dude.
work for a living. Just like everybody else. The only bonus part about it is I don't have to pay $800 for a fucking damn house, you know? The only thing I miss is
You
I love
get
my
it free for
TV.
free.
I haven't seen The Simpsons in a long time.
Who's your favorite
Yeah, get a
Simpsons
phone,
character?
dude.
What do you call him? Snake. Snake's always hilarious.
Gotta get a phone, dude. You can watch that shit, dude. Download you a few episodes, man.
It's a pretty good way to make a living. 5 cents for anything under a liter, 20 cents for anything over a liter, and 10 cents for beer and stuff like that. I'll take them if you don't mind. That'd be great. Beauty, you're making my day. That's right on, a couple of bucks.
Yeah, there you go.
Sometimes they camouflage stuff, you know, they've got papers on top of everything. But then underneath, you hit the gold mine. Some people are really nice. They don't mind us coming around and making a few dollars.
Yeah,
Some of the blue box
recyclers.
guys get mad. We try and avoid them, you know. You stay out, you know, you see them coming down the street, you go the other way, right?
That's their enemies.
We're making some money.
He's a recycler, dude. He's not a bum
live
trying to
on
make
fresh air
fucking
and
money
good
off bottles. He's a recycler.
You probably get a damn job tomorrow, but you know, you don't show up 2 days in a row kind of thing because you're on a bender with some pretty looking blonde, and the next thing you know, you're fired.
Because you're on a bender with some pretty looking blonde. Yeah. Yeah, you can't show up for 2 days in a row, man. You can show up for 1 day a week, but you can't show up for 2 days in a row, man. You're fired, man.
Pushing a buggy. It's hot. It's heavy. It's dirty.
You can't show up
We're
for 2
too
days in a
lazy
row.
maybe
Who the
lots of
fuck's gonna
times
hire
to
you?
take it down and recycle it. We don't want to take that time to rinse them out and.
Well, we do rinse ours out.
I think that we're totally helping them out.
Exercising, walking, not using any fuel, driving
Yeah, there you go.
cars.
Donate
I
to
think they should all
charity.
have
Just
a
give your bottles to
uniform
homeless people.
and make it
There
really
you go, man.
legal.
The police took my license away. Not allowed to drive any kind of motor vehicle. Okay, where's the motor in one of those things? There's no motor.
He
But
is
hey,
the motor.
I get to go as fast as a car, though. I got pulled over there. I figured I was going to get a speeding ticket.
We're in the money.
Oh, they got their own fucking. Oh yeah, we don't have that, dude. You gotta go to a liquor. You gotta go to a beer store and trade in the cans. They got their own fucking place.
That's
Look at
not
all the stolen shopping carts there. Look at all the stolen fucking shopping carts there. Holy shit, dude.
Not at all for a couple hours cruising around the neighborhood, cleaning up the environment. This is the hard part. Having to sort this all out.
Yeah. Holy fuck. This thing's massive.
Sorting.
That's sick, dude. That's why they fucking do it, is because they can. It's a holy. Look at all the stolen shopping carts, dude.
On a good day for me, I make $70. It's like people are throwing away candy.
All right. We hit the mother lode.
Yeah, he's not doing it right here. He's got jumping dumpsters and fucking
Not even worth picking up half the time.
like fucking
When you're
bars and
desperate,
shit.
You know, you pick up
In restaurants.
anything. We got a sip. It's a daily thing. You become an alcoholic. You know.
It takes a sip.
I mean, there's a lot worse things you could be in this world.
There's a lot, definitely. Yeah, being an alcoholic isn't bad at all, man. There's a lot worse shit you can be, man.
That thing will haunt me till I die. You can't get a good job. There's a good bottle cap there. It says, on the first week of the next month, do something just for you.
So do I get 10 cents for the beer cans?
Yep.
Good man. Must be a preferred customer. Thanks very much. You have a good one. How much more do I got? 5, 6, 7, 6, 11.50. 11.50. That's not bad.
A little over 100 cans.
North Vancouver is a wealthy area. Even the blue boxes here are a gold mine. Although I love this neighborhood and have lived here for years, I still don't feel like I belong here. After hanging out with these bottle collectors for just a short time, I feel more at home in their world than I do in my own.
There we go.
I wonder, how far will they be willing to trust me?
Hey, you got lucky. You got a handle on yours.
Yeah, do some fentanyl with them, dude.
Is the white. Nice luck, buddy. Hey, right on. You think so? Great rock. Oh, shit. This is all I need. Extreme racing, man. Need your weight. Okay, when you get the weight in the back of the cart, now don't lift like that. When you're going down, you don't lift. You don't want that ever happening because the cart can come right on top of you, wipe out, dead.
Yeah. Easily dead. Ripper. There's a drone shot.
Extreme? That ain't an extreme, that's nothing.
Yeah.
The fucking thing's fucked. Fucking piece of shit downtown cart don't fucking work properly. It's a piece of shit. And the winner is... Oh, okay. And a pussy fucking hill like that over a fucking bridge? Now, we're gonna go over, get myself a proper fucking cart, go to a proper fucking hill. Fuck, let's go.
I wonder how many carts he stole in his fucking life, dude.
We will be choosing our carts, figuring out which one's the best cart to go down hills, what to look out for, and we shall begin doing this.
The
Yeah,
problem
Bubbles
is
would
with
be
these
happy.
carts here, other than they're $1, which sometimes you never have change, is you have this thing here, which when you're riding them, you get it right in the gut. And when you're going down that many bumps down a hill, you don't want something interfering with your gut. These ones here, they're real funny looking ones. No bottle collector would want one of these.
Just take a sledgehammer and knock it off.
And as you see when I'm riding one, there's nothing to grab my foot on, so I can slip, bail, and crash. You don't want to see that, especially when you're going 70K.
Yeah, not the full cart.
Okay, here we are at another store. I'm gonna show you why I hate these carts. You got these little bars right here on there, which bang into your elbows. The only advantage to this is you can fill this thing right to the max of bottles. They don't usually go straight. Oh, actually, that one's not too bad. It actually rolls straight. Can't lose my quarter. Here we are at another store. There's your proper cart. Footing is the main key here. Get your foot down, click it in. Now it's not going anywhere. Not going nowhere. You don't have that stupid thing. You actually have a flat area that your belly can sit on.
Yeah.
Tires are bigger. Front ones are smaller. You can pick up more speed. And it's fun to do. Look how straight it goes. You cannot beat that cart.
He stole that. I guarantee he stole that cart.
Cigarette. I'm gonna give you my lighter for my cigarettes. 20. Anyways, gotta do what I gotta do there. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna turn myself in and go to jail. Won't be eating any goddamn good meals anymore. Anyways, that's my life.
I still don't know why Al went to jail. He told me it had something to do with shopping carts and stolen cars. I know there is a dark side to Al's life. I'm just not sure what to believe. I ran into a skater friend here once, and he was wearing handcuffs. The chain had been cut, but the metal rings were still around his wrists. To me, this park has always represented freedom.
Seb, happy Canada Day.
I used to film my friends skateboarding here, but before I started hanging out with Al, I never paid much attention to the old guy collecting bottles.
There is gold, there is silver, there are diamonds, and there are shares in great corporations. However, the only true value in this great society is the value of a can. A beer can is worth a dime, and a pop can is worth a nickel. It's the only value that is stable. That's my business. And my business is picking up every
What is
day.
that fucking hat, dude? Holy.
About 15 years ago, I decided to leave my wife and my family, and I didn't feel, you know, like doing a regular job anymore. I just felt like doing art, painting, writing poetry, and being relatively independent from the workforce. I didn't immediately want to collect cans or bottles. It started really because I had to feed myself. I try every day to make $20 or $25 from cans and bottles. It would take about 2 hours. On Canada Day, I figure about $270. There's enough money there to last me a month or more. It's the best day of the year.
Pilsner, hell yeah. Fucking pills.
I do only bottles. I don't do anything else. Even on Christmas Day, I will get my share of cans. You don't need to be greedy about it. $20 a day, to me, that's about enough. If I want to acquire something, then I might put a little bit more effort into it. But every time that you
for an
put
hour or
effort
two a day
to work, and you're making a little bit of money, you better have a very good plan of what you're going to do with that money, because you're using up your life. We're not prisoners. We should not be
a trailer. Nice,
prisoners of the economic system that we live in. We should be free people.
No, never mind. There's no groceries. There's cans. There's a whole bunch of weeds grown in his yard. No plants grown vegetables.
After 10 months in jail, Al is finally getting released. I went out to visit a couple times, but now I'm nervous about picking him up.
There's
Big Al.
Just got out, yeah. Feels like freedom.
He has a
So what are you
cigarette in his
craving the
mouth.
most? What do we get for you first?
Well, women are a great commodity right now, but I think a Wendy's hamburger would be just perfect for me.
Yeah.
Everything's just moving a little way too fast right now for my eyes.
Yeah.
I'm not used to this. Everything in
The
jail
cell
is
phone.
nice and slow, and everything.
Cell phone
gone.
tripped me out the
You know,
most when I got
got
out.
to pace
Cell
myself.
phone was really hard to
It's going last
adapt to.
anywhere.
So now that you're out, how does that feel?
Since right now I am actually free to the world, which you have no idea how free. I don't have any furniture. I have no wife. I have no kids to look after. I got nothing. It doesn't matter where I go. Back to the North Shore. I'll be walking that bridge guaranteed tonight.
How come?
Well, I'm gonna camp out over there.
Oh, okay.
Home sweet home. Let's go have some fun. I've always wanted to fly down the hills, and you know, I always get cheerful after I do it. The only thing is jail, they don't have shopping carts or hills or anything like that. It's the one thing they take away from you. It's been 10 months since I've done it. A lot of people, they do push them down the hills. They don't really know, like I go down steep hills.
Yeah. You know, Cenerado.
Would you call
steal
it
them all.
extreme, what you do?
I don't know, let's just say, what is extreme?
He finds a good car and steals it.
So we need sandbags or rocks or what?
Rocks or whatever, we'll find them up there.
That's Mountain Highway.
That's where I'm going down.
Holy.
Looks a little steep, doesn't it?
Oh yeah.
If there's some way I could maybe put skis on a shopping cart.
Oh, that'd
it
be
would
sick,
be awesome.
yeah.
Just go down snow
In winter,
slope,
yeah, that'd be
some
sweet for
moguls,
winter.
you know. I can see it
Gay
coming down
man's
the
car.
road, way down the road. People maybe just might be a sport for everybody.
Gay man's
But
car.
it is pretty dangerous. Then you gotta worry about the cops.
So are you excited to do Mountain Highway?
Damn excited. A little nervous. It's like riding a bike. You just can't forget it.
Yeah.
It's $30 every time you do a nice little shopping cart run. Yeah. It's not like it's all free. I actually gotta take a shopping cart from some company. Yeah, and like I say, shoes ain't free. Unless you're a thief.
He rips out
I'm
his
not going
shoes.
back to jail for it. You know, I don't like the grip too much. It's not gonna slow me down enough, so hopefully I don't run over some girl in a buggy carrying her baby or something like that. A lot of people think I'm nuts.
He probably shreds the fuck out of his shoes. Just dragging his foot. Yeah, chew the rock. Let's get it. Yeah. Chew the rock. Holy. Nice shots, dude. Holy. Nice. The rock makes it so much better. Nice.
Oh, it's awesome. First ride since I've been out, and it's just absolutely fantastic. I don't know about you guys. I want to do it again. I love it. Just
Was it worth it, waiting 10 months?
worth every minute. Things I'm feeling right now, you just can't experience until you've done it.
Right on, man.
The shopping
Glad to see you
cart's
doing
up.
it again. Awesome.
How longer is this video?
I just can't believe it's over.
Oh shit, it's only halfway done. Okay.
Chasing Al down Mountain Highway teased memories out of my bones. It wasn't the same as snowboarding, but it gave me a rush I haven't felt in years. Can I capture the essence of my old life by following Al deeper into his?
Yo, I want to go straight. They're going to catch this guy.
Okay, I'll cut it.
No, that's not healthy.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, I definitely want to catch this guy. Ow! What's going on, buddy? Excuse me. Fucking got out, buddy. Just, hey, what are you up to, buddy? I just got out of jail, like not even 3 hours ago.
Yeah.
Just got out.
Nice haircut.
Fuck, thanks, buddy. You going in the beer store? Yeah. Yes, well, you might as well walk with me.
Mosquito Creek.
Holy shit, eh?
Holy fucking shit, eh, bud?
Oh, yeah, buddy. Did you want one of these things?
Jeez, I love them.
There you go.
Thanks.
The first fucking beer. First beer that I've had. Fucking 10 months.
Is that all you took after 10 months? Come on, man. Put it up.
You know something? This beer fucking doesn't taste as good as I thought it was gonna be.
We need to down the second one.
Well, where the hell's Murray?
Murray's coming.
Go right underneath. We got it. Go ahead.
Got it. Okay.
Go ahead. We're not dropping it.
Really fucking off-roading here.
Okay, there he goes. So this is first time you've been down in these little
This is my first time in this spot. I've been looking at it, but I wasn't sure how deep it went and if I could make it across in a wheelchair.
Or if you make it out.
Yeah, or if I make it out, yeah, exactly.
What the hell is this?
Fergie, you little bugger! How you doing, Ferg?
Private property, no trespass.
Fuck off!
Ollie is out. How you doing?
We see our ownership.
How you doing?
You better have a beer for a poor bastard like me.
I don't know. I don't know. Fuck. Hey, what's with the Canadian flags on the socks?
Well,
I gave
somebody's
him-
got to
I
fucking
gave
be
him those.
patriotic.
I gave him those.
Where you living now, Ferg? Living in the hostel, are you?
Not saying.
And back in the hostel?
No, wouldn't go back there if you paid me. Used to live in the shelter, but they have a different agenda than I do. I can't abide by the rules.
Yeah, you
Well,
can't go there every night at 10
yeah.
p.m.
I'm
You're out
better
doing
off in the
drugs.
bush. Kind
Yeah.
of thing.
So you collect empties too, Al?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Well, so we got our money, man. That's our spending money, you know. I have $446 a month on my pension check. That ain't a whole lot, so.
People hassle you because you collect cans, or do you get away
No,
with it?
no, I've never had a problem. Never had a problem. But I don't rattle down the street with a buggy full of empties, you know, 5 o'clock in the morning. Ring, ring, ring. And that's what pisses people off. Right?
Yeah.
Hey, there's still a drag left of that, Ferg.
Saving it for later.
What are you doing? What are you doing?
I've been here about 30 years. So, and every time I leave, I end up coming back because I really like it here. You know, it's a beautiful place. You know? I got kids here, but I don't see them very often. When you got a dad like me, you know, like how close do you want to get? You know, and can't win for losing some days.
Yeah. Berries.
Dog, gotta hate him. Garbage truck.
Al is not a true bottle collector. I've known him for a good many years, and he will tell you himself that his forte is not bottles. He doesn't have the patience for it, but rather more lifting furniture, swamping on the trucks and things like that.
The art of picking up bottles. When I'm done my routes, 10:30, I'm coming down the hills at the recycling place, probably about 11 o'clock, and guess what? My whole day is over. Do the math. I'm up at 6:30 in the morning, but I'm already done at 11 o'clock. These working stiffs are out there doing all the taxes. It's all tax-free money.
Basically what I do is I help keep the place clean, and the extra revenue from the bottles and cans, what I do is I grow plants with it. When I first started growing flowers, the idea wasn't in my head, you know, to supply everybody else. But then I thought to myself, well, everybody's so good to me, I can return them in kind. My definition of riches is not dollar bills and things.
Pretty bird, come on.
If you have one friend, you are very, very rich. Because true friends, they will not let you down.
Is that a trailer? Nice, dude.
I
Hell
have
yeah.
cultivated a large number of friends. And I am, without a doubt, the richest person in this area.
You know something? North Shore is just absolutely gorgeous. Like, look at this. It's just absolutely gorgeous. I mean, you can't beat this. You know what I mean? Just I can't go in the downtown. Not at all.
Why?
Well, downtown it looks like the slums. Like, look at it there. You know, just absolutely slummy.
Yeah, so I crashed out in a disgusting house last night. You know, one of those things. All right?
Yep.
About 2 months ago, I had a sherry bottle. Had a bottle of goof down my coat sleeve, or whatever, and I swiped out on the freaking rocks back there, and landed on the rocks, and the sherry bottle broke and slipped my nerves or whatever. Oh. So now this hand doesn't work worth a damn anymore. Damn. But anyway,
so the new rule is?
The new rule is no more glass bottles in your sleeve. Plastic's okay, but not glass. It's going to be another wonderful day in the office. Yeah, I had $2 when I woke up this morning. $2. This is like $5.78. And I can make $5.78 in a, just pretty quick bottle picking, right?
Oh, okay.
Dumpster jumping.
And you get food out of that too?
Just the other day, I had like deli sandwiches. It was great. Like a burgersmorg, smorgasbord. Joke. Anyway. It's like Walt Disney, I had 2 pet skunks living here with me. But then just last week, one of the skunks I seen him lying dead on the road, hit by a car. So the other guy still comes around twice a day, but he's, you can tell he's freaking lonely, Yeah. Nobody to hang around with, because they were always playing. I came back to town over 2 years ago, and I haven't had a place to live yet. So I've just been cruising around, But I mean, like I said, the city boys are getting, they've warned me, right?
Oh, because you're not totally hidden here. There's a path right here.
No, I don't want to be. I shouldn't have to hide from anybody. Yeah. They say, why don't you go to the shelter? Well, buddy, I've been in the shelter, But I don't want to live there because it's not conducive to recovering from anything.
Yeah.
Is being around everybody that's doing everything, And they've all got their problems. I don't want to hear everybody else's problems all at the same, because all it does is depress the shit out of you. Yeah. And then one of these days, they're going to come out here and find me hanging from the fucking, like I've thought about that a lot lately, You think about that all the fucking time. So, the longer I can stay out here, the happier I'll be.
So what do you say, Ferg?
Pay no attention to that man behind them. Pay no attention to that man behind those.
The mattress in the warehouse in a fucking forest.
Smile. Smile, you bastard.
Smile.
Come on, ride more cards, dude.
It's the perfect place to do it. We got Mountain Highway right there. Yeah. And then we get down to the bottom, and then the fucking mother of all hills.
Oh yeah, so we'll do Keith. We're gonna do Keith.
Strip down. The S curve, get good speed. It's yes, long. but we can't get do to the bottom of there. We can't do the S because they got a good instruction zone. You got cars going through there? Yeah, I want to single lane traffic with people going to the stupid signs. Get the fuck out of the way. Yeah, let's do it.
How long have you been doing this for?
I used to live at the bottom Mountain Highway, and that's how I'd get home all the time. Steal a cart from all there.
Steal a car and just rip it.
Sorry, why is there a cart always sitting outside our house?
Gotta tell you what there, G. Put $20 on the line on who wins this fucking one.
You got fucking 70 pounds on me.
Put 70 pounds in your cart then.
Yeah, and you'll put 70 pounds in your cart.
No, I will not.
Like 4 minutes bicycle. Or
You know,
skateboard.
I've gone 70 kilometers an hour. If the car can go faster, hey. They're just cheap wheels. I want airtime. What was our speed there?
60K.
What did we do? 60?
Yeah,
60K! Hey, not too bad. Got my eyes watering anyways.
Holy.
Well, along about 1825, I left Tennessee very much alive, and it would have gone through the Arkansas mud if I hadn't been riding on a Tennessee stone. That's the first song I ever tried to learn. But it's not like I don't play it right. I just play it my, you know, like two chords and a lot of strumming and shit. Well, Tennessee's dead.
God damn me, dude.
Figure out.
Somebody better help me drink this or else we're gonna all be in trouble.
Nothing like sunshine and a bottle of goo.
Pull over, it's a routine show. Band with itchies, my steed with a hoop and a yell, but I roll away like a bat out of hell.
Oh, that's pretty funny, dude. You see what the records you now, dude. Sure. Oh, in Toronto. Oh, yeah, I said that time ago. I copyright me anyways. I see his name rain videos up. Extreme beach combing? The fuck? Watch the rest of this. AFK splashing in the wilderness.
Oh, it's so fun. That guy had 28,000 arrows. Okay. Oh, look at this. 2 complete noobs trying to get on me. Oh, they're probably in Discord like duo peeking or something. Okay, they killed my rat. Who's gonna get on me? Look at them. Oh, they're like the biggest noobs. Oh, he's on me. Oh, they're running straight to Malta, aren't they? Yeah, they're running to Malta. Okay, this is gonna be a 2v1. But I'm not scared. I'm gonna fight them. I am not scared. I'm going for it. Why do I keep splashing? There's no way these noobs are gonna kill me. I don't have much food though, that's the problem. If this guy in foil is getting absolutely demolished. Look at these hits. Come on. Come on. Also big bolt again. Come on, one more. I'm in Malta. He's smited. Please. He's smited. Come on. Again, please. Please. Come on, just kill him. He's smited. Yes, he died to venom. Okay, I wonder if that's a smite. Okay, I'm gonna kill his friend now too. His friend is running. Oh, his friend is ditching on him. No, come on, catch a freeze. Yes, I got him. How is this guy not dead yet? What? Come on, he's got punished P like 10 times. Okay, what are these hits? Come on. Please, game.
Full screen.
How is he not dead? Come on, he's dead, surely. Oh, what? Okay, he's dead. Has to be. No. Oh, you have to be kidding me. You have to be freaking kidding me. He's gonna log his knee. No way. No way he logs here. No! The moment of truth. Please tell me I got the AGS. I'm gonna cry. Yes, we got it. AGS 10 million. They must be so annoyed. I feel like this is such a good score trick. Like 99% of you guys watching this video would definitely try and do this on me. Don't lie. Goodbye. His friend just stood there and watched him die. Look, he's running off now. He's not even trying to avenge his friend. Oh, look, that naked guy brought his friend in RMs. This guy's risking a bit. Come on. There we go. Kill the rat. Come on. Just hit me. Yes, and he's on me. You can tell this guy is panicking. He is freaking out right now. He did not expect that. Come on, give me some good hits for once, Jagex. Oh, no way he caught that. Oh, he actually caught it. And he's logging. Of course he is. Oh, why is he leaving? I have like no food on me. And he's gone. This guy is clearly running me to multi. Yeah, look. I have like no food left. He's still running to multi. Come on, just fight back. Oh, he's getting destroyed. Yeah, I'm not going in there. Yeah, look at the minimap. Yeah, someone's running in. Someone's like, I'm gonna do an emote and I'm gonna log off. Yes, I got the log. Wait, I went into the same world again. Oh, I'm so stupid. I looked in the same world again. Oh, you have to be kidding me. There's no way it was waiting for me. What? Well, how was he that ready? Is there like a TV script? Oh my god, this is so bad. Oh, this is really bad. Completely out of food. Oh, I'm gonna have to try and KO him, please. Come on. My last chance. Oh my god. I'm dead, aren't I? What am I doing with my clicks? Oh my, what am I doing? Come on. I splashed. And he fought the freeze. Oh no.
Oh, got it.
I think I made it. Yes, I'm out.
Holy.
I'm not going to the same world again. I can't believe I survived that with
Oh,
one
yes, chat
HP.
doesn't like
And
that.
since I spent over
Lost all
100
our
hours
viewers
making this
watching
video, I would...
instant videos. Top 10 Australians with the least aura.
In my last video, we went through the top 10 Australians with the most aura, and all of you guys let me know in the comments how many people I missed. But unfortunately, that video was a top 10 video, not a top 47. Anyway, the most logical thing would be to make a part 2. But then I remembered what my friend Isaac Newton once said. Can you please send me that $20 you owe me from last week? Actually, I think that's the wrong quote. For every action, there is an equal and opposite reaction. For example, if you loan someone $20, they expect $20 back. And the same goes for collecting aura points. If everyone had 10,000 aura points, then that would mean nothing. So of course, for some people to gain aura, some people have to lose aura. So in today's video, I'll be going through the top 10 Australians with the least amount of aura. The people who have taken one for the team, made themselves look like an absolute Nimrod to help combat aura inflation. And first up, of course, we have anyone who's watched one of my videos and not pressed the subscribe button. That's a whole lot of people and is very easily rectifiable. Anyway, now in 10th spot, we've got a former Prime Minister. And before we get into this, I want to apologise for the amount of politicians on this list. We unfortunately see enough of them on TV, and it seems that we can't escape them. But to be fair, they are some of the people with the least amount of aura in the entire world, so they fit this list quite well. Anyway, in 10th spot, of course, we have Harold Holt. Harold Holt became Australia's 17th Prime Minister in 1966, but it didn't really last that long, because in 1967, when swimming off a beach in Portsea, south of Melbourne, Harold Holt mysteriously disappeared. Now, despite the massive search effort from the Navy, the Air Force, the Army, and a bunch of specialised divers, despite the fact that it was the largest search operation in Australia's history at the time, they never found him. Now, of course, there were the conspiracies that it was a shark attack, like something out of Jaws. He was swept out to sea by a rip, which is the official story. He faked his death and ran off with a mistress. He was kidnapped by a Chinese or Russian submarine. Or, of course, it's possible that he was taken by a UFO. Now, those are all theories that were thrown around at the time. Anyway, now obviously they never found him, and since he was the leader of Australia, they had to find a way to memorialise him. And what's the best way to memorialise someone who died in a drowning incident? You guessed it, name a swimming pool after him. Yeah, that's exactly what they did. The Harold Holt Swim Centre in Glen Iris, Victoria. Now look, that wasn't really his fault. It was more the fault of the people who named a swimming pool after him. Hence why he's at the bottom of this list, but trust me, it gets worse as we go along. And in number 9, we have another politician who's known for his water-based activities, and that of course is Tony Abbott. Now where do we even start with Tony Abbott? My personal favourite, and possibly his most known one, is the onion incident. When visiting an onion farm in Tasmania, he was handed an onion and bit into it like it was an apple. Now I don't know if any of you guys have ever tried that, but it's not exactly the easiest thing to stomach. And some of you may not know that he actually did the same thing 4 years previously. This time it was a spring onion though, and I can't really find a video of it, but it is recorded in newspapers and other outlets. But by far, the thing that loses Tony Abbott the most aura has to be all the incidents related to his Speedo wearing. I mean, come on, you're the Prime Minister of Australia, getting around in budgie smugglers, but you're lucky he's near water in this one, because that chest here is nothing but a fire danger. Now I'll admit it, Tony Abbott should be further up on this list, but he has redeemed himself with all his volunteer firefighting work. He even received a medal for 15 years of volunteer service for the New South Wales Rural Fire Service. He was even pictured volunteering during Australia's infamous Black Summer, while Scott Morrison, the current Prime Minister at the time, was overseas holidaying in Hawaii. Now obviously that game didn't have a ton of aura, and he could have almost made the top 10 list, but unfortunately, he instantly undid all of his hard work when he did a eulogy for the funeral of George Pell, calling him, and I quote, a saint of our times. So yeah, not a lot of aura to be gained from that one. Anyway, moving on to another politician to finish this trifecta, and this one is Fatima Payman. Now the only reason she ranks higher in the list of least aura than Tony Abbott is because I can't find any record of her doing 15 years of rural volunteer firefighting service, but this speech here is the reason that she's on this list.
To the Sigmas of Australia, I say that this goofy air government have been capping, not just now but for a long time. A few of you may remember when they said there'll be no phantom tax under the government I lead. They're capaholics. They're also yapaholics. They yap non-stop about how their cost of living measures are changing lives for all Australians. Just put the fries in the bag, little bro.
Now look, there's another minute and a half of this, and I won't make you sit through it even though I had to, but you get the gist. Now she said at the start she was trying to appeal to people who aren't of voting age yet, but will be in the near future. But the people that this does appeal to are probably 12 or 13 years old, and that means it's probably another 6-7 years till these people are even old enough to vote anyway, and by that time it'll be ancient history and everyone would have moved on. But I'll admit, when she said Sigmas of Australia, I did think she was talking to me, but then she lost me with all the rubbish that followed it, and of course we all know there's nothing more cringe than a politician trying to appeal to the general public. Now if this was just a one-off, I would have let it slide, and she probably wouldn't have even made this list, but of course, as all politicians do, she took it too far and did it all over again.
To the Sigmas of Australia, the goofy air government is still capping, but is anyone surprised? When a risless, oralist, unk Prime Minister is running a show, a chopped government is what follows.
Now is this as bad as calling someone who's got a very questionable history a saint? Of course not. But at the end of the day, this shit was not tough, and the fact that it happened twice earns her a spot on this list. Anyway, moving on. Now at number 7 we have one of the worst rap battles in the history of the world, which took place in the west of Melbourne, and that of course is the Snipes rap battle. Now this went viral back in 2022, but I can proudly say that I'd seen this years before as it's so local to me. But in 2022, it escaped the suburb of Sunshine and basically went international, all over TikTok. If you haven't seen it, I'll let the highlights play for you right now.
I'm sorry little kids, but I'm a killer clown today. I could say bullets are gonna spray, I'm from Brooklyn, that's alright. But let me just say I like to get close and personal with a razor sharp object. But let me just say this. I'm not going to stab you in the heart. What I'm going to do is grab a pen, stab you in the neck, puncture your lungs, then slam a blunt object into your stomach. Fuck.
Yeah, you get the gist. Now, Touche on the right here seem to have a little bit more experience in the rap battle scene.
Personally reckon the sound of you rapping in foul flows is like saying red backwards while licking your elbow. Seriously, give it a shot.
And Snipes here on the left, he just sort of nervously waffled his way through it. But yeah, if you want to see the full rap battle, I'll leave a link to it in the description. I'm surprised this didn't feature on that YouTube channel, The Epic Rap Battles of History. Anyway, moving on to number 6. Now I hope you enjoyed that break from politicians, because now we're straight back into another one. And that of course is Scott Morrison. Now you may have seen this clip play a couple of times already in this video, and that's Australia's former Prime Minister Scott Morrison absolutely shit-mixing a child in a soccer game. But that's not the only thing he's done in his time to obliterate any chance of him gaining any aura. I mean, of course we can't look past the 1997 Engadine McDonald's incident, where he allegedly let King Kong's fingers slip out while waiting for his meal in a Macca's after the 1997 NRL Grand Final. Now he has since gone on radio and denied this ever happened.
Hey, can I clear up one thing?
Not the
Macca's
thing. The Macca's
from
thing?
ages ago.
The Macca's thing, right, yeah.
It is the biggest urban myth ever.
So it's not even true.
That you pooed your pants at the Engadine McDonald's?
It's complete and utter rubbish. I found the whole thing incredibly amusing.
As we all know, politicians never let the truth get in the way of a good story, so it's his word against millions of other people. Then of course we've got the time he was trying to hold a press conference on some dude's lawn, and he basically told him to piss off.
And the income limits we've put on...
Sure, let's just move back from there.
Hey guys, I've just reseated that.
Yeah, please, off the thing.
Sorry, mate. All good. That's all good. Thanks.
The time he left the country and went on a holiday to Hawaii while half the country was on fire, leaving no one but Tony Abbott to try and sort it out. Then of course when the criticism and pressure got to him, he finally came home to do some PR stunts with the firefighters that were stuck out there fighting the fires, and it went about as well as you'd expect.
You'd be tired. Oh, not really. Oh, okay, you want
So I think it's safe to say that Scott Morrison wouldn't even have 2 aura points to rub together. Anyway, moving on to number 5. In number 5 I've got this dude here who got caught stealing in Thailand. Like, come on bro, you're stealing fake shirts that probably cost $5 each. You weren't even good at stealing, and now you're facing jail time. Look, if it was Maya or David Jones and you're stealing $200 shirts or something, I can sort of understand the hustle. But fake soccer shirts and you're stuffing them down your pants in broad daylight, I don't know how you didn't expect to get caught. Now apparently the staff had caught him stealing there before, and the shirt he was wearing had been stolen from the exact same store previously. Now me personally, I haven't spent much time in a Southeast Asian prison, but I do know that it's not much fun and they won't have a PS5 like we do back home. So not only does this guy not have 2 aura points to rub together, I don't think he has 2 brain cells to rub together either. Anyway, moving on to number 4. And that of course is the infamous Tash Peterson, or Vegan Booty as she's known online. Now look, I'm all for standing up for what you believe in, as long as you don't ruin other people's days while doing it. Now I personally believe that you shouldn't have to pay more than $10 for a pint, but I don't rock up to the pub covered in blood with a megaphone. But Vegan Booty here thinks that her protesting in McDonald's covered in blood with a megaphone carrying on like an absolute baboon is somehow going to take down a multi-billion-dollar corporation or make the people that are in that restaurant to eat beef and chicken side with her vegan views by giving them the shits. Now I don't really mind those vegans that stand around in the city with the TVs showing me animals getting slaughtered. That just makes me hungry for a beef burger or a chicken parma. But when you just walk in somewhere and start being loud and messy, especially when you're obviously not going to clean up the mess that you just made and some poor 16-year-old making $13 an hour is going to have to mop it up, your points start to dip into the red. Anyway, moving on to number 3. And that, of course, is the infamous Ray Gun. Now look, I think Ray Gun's been dragged through the mud enough by the media already, and I don't think that she's a bad person, but it's hard to look past the cringy performance that she put on representing Australia in the Olympics. Now look, I don't think anyone knows quite how Ray Gun ended up in the Olympics in the first place, but I think we can all collectively agree that Jonah Tukalua would have been a much better choice to represent our country. Now, you've all seen the dance moves a billion times, and there's a little bit of a iffy grey area with the copyright on this one, hence why I've had to use footage of someone else recording their TV. But I think the real question is, why the hell is breakdancing even in the Olympics anyway? Now, obviously breakdancing has been taken off the schedule for the 2028 Olympics after this incident, but that's not going to change anything. This aura genocide has already been and gone, and Australia as a nation is still recovering till this day. Anyway, moving on to number 2. Now this one here is a group entry, and that's all the politicians who decided to ban YouTube for people under 16 from December the 10th. Now I'll be honest, I don't know any of their names, nor do I care, but these middle-aged morons who probably never even hit that like and subscribe button before in their life has decided that YouTube is unsafe for kids. The same website that punishes creators like me for swearing too much. Now I cannot figure out for the life of me why they decided that this was a good idea, but then again, as we've seen in some of the previous entries on this list, politicians most of the time don't have 2 brain cells to rub together. Now for those of you who don't know, if you swear too much or do something naughty in a video, it'll either get taken down or age restricted, which means people under 18 won't be able to watch it anyway without verifying their age. But the most stupid thing about this whole ban is that you can still access and watch YouTube, you just can't have an account, which means they can still literally watch any video that isn't age restricted like normal, and the only thing that they can't do is like, comment and subscribe. So in the pursuit of keeping kids safe from swearing, and funnily enough, the thing that gets my videos taken down the most is snippets from news reports. So yeah, I don't know, what a waste of time. But on an unrelated note, if there's any VPN companies out there watching, you know what to do. Anyway, before we get into number 1, we've got a lot of honorable mentions to get through. I put this little poll up on my Instagram, and you guys absolutely berated it. Now by far the most popular one was just every politician under the sun. Guy Sebastian, Tracy Grimshaw, the Ione Frankston kid, Rolf Harris, myself, Diddy, Rex H, Ivan Milat, Spotto, Raptor 13, Tony Jones, that's actually a really good one, but I've covered him a million times and in my news video. Junkies, Abby Chatfield, Skux the Rapper, and of course anyone who's watched this far into the video and hasn't liked and subscribed yet. Now in first place we've got a group of people that I just can't stand, and that of course is Mikey/ticket inspectors. These people literally get paid by the hour to ruin people's days. Now the first word in public transport is public, and public means it's open to the public. But where I live in Melbourne, Australia, the public transport is owned by a private company, and since you have to pay to use it, it's not really public transport, is it? Now these people spend their days hanging around universities and of course major hotspots where school kids travel from. Now the ticket inspector with the least aura that I've ever seen was a dude with a shaved head, wearing the usual stupid ticket inspector outfit and wearing a Timu badge that said authorized officer around his neck on a gold chain, like he was in the FBI or something. Relax, Hank Schrader, you bash school kids for a living. Now I get that nothing in life is free, but the way I see it, if the train's going that way anyway, it's not gonna hurt if I just jump on. Why can't they just pay their way with advertising or something? No one's ever had a good experience with a Mikey inspector. These guys are nothing but bullies, and there's plenty of videos and evidence out there of them just attacking students and young children trying to catch the tram home from school. They're violent, power tripping, and arrogant, and I think they're a perfect spot for #1 on this list. Anyway, if you enjoyed this video, you'll probably enjoy one of these too. I'll see all of you guys in the next one.
Trying to get shit out of my teeth gap.
Yeah, what food?
Chippies.
Yeah, some days I feel unfazed, like when I'm with my friends with a cut raise. Come Monday, I got a gun raised, suicidal to a dime.
Bogan. What's a bogan? What's the, Steven, you know what a bogan is. What's a bogan?
Trust we go hard, yes we go hard. You said we go hard, I said we go hard. Rocking my Bob Cousy, stocking up on
the bogan, Stevie.
Life is a doozy, and yes I'm choosy. And no I won't settle, but I still take pop off over that kettle, cause I'm talking bigger picture. And yes I'm gonna hit you with the
One of the most important parts about Australia are the native animals. Animals such as kangaroos, koalas, wombats, dingoes, maggots, just to name a few. Our unique collection of native creatures sets us apart from the rest of the world. But in today's video, we'll be focusing on what is arguably the most important native species in all of Australia. And if you've read the title of this video, you'll already know that that species is the bogan. As I mentioned before, the bogan is native to Australia and shares a lot of DNA with the American redneck. But just because these two creatures share a lot of DNA doesn't mean that they're anything alike. So in this video, I'm going to tell you everything that you need to know about the different types of bogans, where to find them, and how to spot them. So without further ado, let's get into it. We'll start off by answering the question, what is a bogan? A bogan is a subspecies of human that can be found in every town, city, and corner of the Australian continent. Usually spotted driving a Holden Collar with a red flannelette shirt on, wearing footy shorts, thongs, and speed dealer sunglasses, topped off with a dodgy mullet. The bogan is a truly unique creature. Some hobbies of the bogan include drinking, gambling, and drinking. And all those hobbies that I just mentioned are entirely funded by Centrelink. So now that you sort of know what a bogan is, we're going to get into where you can find them. Bogans have many different habitats, which means that if you want to go find one, there's many different places where you can go looking. But thanks to my PhD in boganology, over the years, while I've been studying this native Australian creature, I've come up with a list of places where you're most likely to find a bogan in their natural habitat. First up, we have summer gnats. It's no secret that bogans love burnouts, and if they're not smoking the glass barbecue, they're out there smoking tyres. Whether it's a $200 AU Falcon with no rear brakes, or a $200,000 HSV Maloo, there's nothing a bogan loves more than a good burnout. So it's only natural that once a year when summer gnats is on in Canberra, hundreds of thousands of bogans make the annual pilgrimage down to the Holy Lands to get a piece of the action. Another place just as common for bogan spotting is Bathurst. Just like Southern Apps, Bathurst is held once every year and has the three things that all bogans need: Holden, sort of, Ford, and alcohol.
Mustang.
At the time this video gets uploaded, 2023's Bathurst has came and went, and as per usual, with it came some great bogan moments. Another common location for bogan congregation is Bali, with cheap
drive your
beer,
mom to a
cheap
fucking
cigarettes,
orgasm.
and only a 50% chance you're gonna end up with food poisoning. Bali is the ultimate destination for a bogan holiday. All a bogan needs to be happy is cheap alcohol, cheap cigarettes, and easy access to anything with an engine. And luckily enough for Australia's bogan population, Bali has all three readily available. And that of course means a whole lot of this.
You gonna do those helmets up?
Do you, bud?
How are ya? Hey mate, are you right to drive?
Oi.
What are you
Does
doing
she
driving
like
the
it,
bike?
Yeah.
At some other places you'll also spot bogans back in the homeland
More like
include
your
the
brother or
Pokies,
sister,
the
Sin.
pub, the Pokies room at the pub, Dan Murphy's, the back of a divvy van, and of course, Centrelink. Okay, so now you're clued up on what a bogan is and where to find them. But there's a lot more to the bogan species than just beer and burnouts. But just like how a bogan is an offshoot of the human species, there are many different offshoots from the
you're lucky you
bogan
don't got a couple
species.
brothers and
So just
sisters
like
now, dude.
dogs,
I'm
spiders,
shooting all
and
over her face,
hepatitis,
so
when it comes to bogans,
that's probably
there are
why,
many
actually.
different types. The first type of bogan that we're going to be getting into is the stereotypical bogan. This is the sort of bogan who wears nothing but flannelette shirts and footy shorts, lives off Centrelink and has little to no teeth. There has been many documentaries made about the stereotypical bogan. Some of the most notable ones include
You linked up with the center, Steven?
Bogan Hunters, and A Current Affair. The easiest place to find a stereotypical bogan is out the front of Dan Murphy's at 8 AM on a Wednesday.
I'll give you
These
the
sort
beer
of
part,
bogans
but
spend all
no
their money on
burnouts for you.
alcohol, child support, and hooning fines. And once in a blue moon where they manage to save up $500 on the side, they get straight onto Facebook Marketplace, buy a brand new second-hand VT Commodore, weld the diff, and add to their collection of hooning fines. The stereotypical bogan lives a simple life. As I mentioned before, as long as they have access to alcohol, cigarettes, and anything that they can do a burnout in, they'll be happy as Larry. So with that being said, we'll get into our next type of bogan, and that is the cashed up bogan. Unlike the stereotypical bogan, the cashed up bogan has something called a job. Whether it's laying bricks, selling bricks, or performing open heart surgeries, cashed up bogans come in all shapes and sizes. You may be wondering what makes someone a cashed up bogan. And luckily for you, I have the answer to that question. There's only two criteria that you need to fill to be considered a cashed up bogan. The first one being having a job, and the second one being owning any turbocharged Falcon or V8 Commodore that's worth more than 25 grand. If you successfully fill these two criteria, it shows us that you worked hard, saved up your money, and still decided to buy one of the two bogan chariots. The cashed up bogan is a rare breed, and for the last few years of the production of the Ford Falcon and the Holden Commodore, the cashed up bogans were the lifeline that Holden and Ford needed to buy their cars and delay the bankruptcy. You see, between 2013 and 2017, car prices were at an all-time low, and that was especially true for V8 Commodores and XR6 Turbos. So naturally it only made sense for all the other bogans to buy the cheap second-hand ones for a few $1,000s, meaning that they had more money left over for VB and Winnie Blues, meaning that the only real customers Ford and Holden had for the cars worth more than 60 grand
Even as
were
a whole
the
bunch
few
of
and
Winnie
far
Blues,
between
some
cashed up
VB.
bogans who didn't already
Even
own
as a fridge full of
79
VB and a whole bunch of Winnie
Cruiser.
Blues.
But those days are over. These days you'll find cashed up bogans driving around in a brand new Ram TRX, Chevy Silverado, LTZ, or occasionally a green VF Maloo.
Steven's not a
but now
truck
that we've
guy.
explored both ends
Steven's
of
a
the bogan
fucking
spectrum,
van guy.
we've got to look further
Or a
into
small
the middle.
car
So
van.
that
Or a
brings us
smart
on
car
to the
van.
average bogan. The average
Steven
bogan
probably-
falls
yeah,
smack
Steven's
bang
probably
in
a
the
smart
middle
car
of the
guy.
stereotypical
Smart
bogan
car
and the
Steven.
cashed up bogan.
Smart car
You see,
Speedo
everyone
Steven.
has a little little bit of bogan in them.
First
For
it's smart car
example, if
Steven,
you've
but
ever
when he gets out of
actually
the
enjoyed
smart car, then he
taste of
becomes
VB,
Speedo Steven.
Or unironically own a flannelette shirt, you fall onto the bogan spectrum. And this is where the average bogan comes in. The average bogan may live a normal life with a normal job and be a somewhat respected member of society. But that doesn't mean that here and there they don't enjoy a bit of AU Falcon action, Centrelink rotations, VB annihilation, and a trip to Bali every couple of years. All in all, most of the time bogans get a bad rap. But at the end of the day, there's not one person in the whole of Australia who lives a bogan-free lifestyle. And there's no one in Australia that can admit that there's nothing more fun than having a few drinks and riding a old dirt bike around someone's backyard. And on that note, it's time to end. If you enjoyed this video, make sure to like, subscribe, comment, and share. If you'd like to hear more teachings from the prophet of Yorak,
Your mom wants
and as
some.
always, a shout out to everyone who made a donation to the charity of my bank account, and another special thanks to Gucci Slides for once again donating 80 smackaroos. I've already spent it all on a dodgy red flannelette shirt.
Nice, yeah. Holy. Alright, fuck you, Steven. I'm gonna take a nap, too. It's almost 9:30. Too old to stay up past 10 p.m. Too old, though, Steven. I'm gonna take a nap. I don't think I work tomorrow.
She busy doing her washing
Unless I
at the
see a
moment.
message here. Not work tomorrow, good. Says you come to disaster. Alright, you go sleep, Steven. Fuck you. I'm taking a nap. I'll be back in a couple hours, hopefully, too.